pancake thing, and Elliot slept. I guess it went really well the first couple of nights, but he took a nap like right before 7. He fell asleep, and she couldn't keep him. Yeah.
No.
So
That's when you.
she texted me like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah. Can't let them sleep that late. I mean, we do it.
Yeah.
We've done it. Not on purpose, but
Right.
screws you up.
You gotta shake them awake, spritz them with water, just whatever you can do. You don't. Yeah, it's like it's really like a time bomb. They go to they sleep too early. They sleep too long. Your whole night's fucked.
Oh, I remember those days.
Need to get like how they have in the old first aid kit, some smelling salts, put it under their nose.
All right, so we're live now. I mean, we've been live, but
We are.
Are we using Roll20?
Talking about how we smack children awake.
there is a possibility that we'll use Roll20. But I mean,
I'm going to, if that's okay.
So we may possibly get in a fight, is what you're telling me.
I mean, there's always a possibility. But I mean, it's always optional too. I'd rather like see your faces, but I also understand. So what's everybody's setup real quick? Like how are you guys doing this?
So,
Lauren, I know.
I do Discord on my phone, and I do Roll20 and stuff on my computer.
Okay.
Same.
I do Discord on the phone, Roll20 on my iPad.
Okay. So when Roll20 is running, it's kind of messing with your internet. Is that what it is?
I can't off my iPad run both the video and
me too.
the browser. It's just too much for my iPad. But I can do everything on Roll20 because I have a wireless mouse connected to it.
Oh, okay. So you guys don't need, like, if we're not doing the dice, then that makes it easier for you, right?
Yeah, especially now I can just roll that. I don't have to have a spreadsheet up with my other damage and whatnot.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, so we'll give Adanya a few more minutes, but basically, we are in session 32 of the Bums of Greenest campaign. So let's see. Welcome to anybody who's watching. We are doing our giveaway when we hit 50 followers. Going to give away the code to make your own custom mini from HeroForge.com, which I ordered mine, and she is on the way. And when she comes, I will show everybody. But I'm very excited for that. Did some networking this morning and throughout the day on another Twitch channel, Dreaded GM, which is Dungeons and Dragons. They're doing right now a charity event. So they're, I think, in Australia. I just discovered them today. They're doing a charity event. Everything that they're doing today, it goes to this Australian like suicide and prevention program charity, and they are playing for 24 straight hours. And the last time I checked, they were on hour 15, I think. And yeah,
wow.
It was starting to get like they were tired, and they still had like 9 more hours to go.
Raw.
Yeah, so good luck to them. But I was able to chat with a lot of people over there, and that's where we might have a few people coming to watch us this time, which would be nice.
Well,
nice change.
It's like 9 in the morning in Australia, right? They're 12 hours ahead.
Oh, maybe
They're
gonna end at 6 a.m. our time. So
they're going to bed.
I know they've got quite a bit of time left. Where did my drink go?
Steve,
oh,
be careful what you wish for. We're always saying like, "Oh God, we wish we could play all weekend." Then you get caught up.
All weekend is different from 24 hours straight.
That's gutsy. That's gutsy. Oof.
Well, like I said, it's all for charity, so they've done pretty well.
Hey,
nice.
Team goals, right?
Yeah. I ended up playing, I think the longest was something like 10 or 12 hours back in the 90s one time.
One
Where I
time.
was
It's a
driving-
good run.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was driving back
One time.
because I was living on the farm still, and I drove back, got home at 4:30, and then I had to get up 2 hours later to throw hay bales around.
Yeah.
My dad your grandfather got me up.
Right.
That was the only time I did that.
Yeah. So you all have to remember too. Like
I don't
so,
even remember the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember. I have no idea what I was playing. I think it was D&D, but I'm not actually sure. It could have been Shadowrun. It could have been, I don't know. I have no idea. I honestly don't remember that.
Well, when you're all flippantly murdering your horses, just remember that our family had a horse farm. So, like, I see so many D&D games where people are like, well, we'll just sacrifice the horses. And it's like, those horses are people.
I can't get behind that. Yeah. I might have something to say.
I was gonna say, like, we haven't murdered our horses yet.
Well, you've talked
never
about
yet.
it.
We talked about it.
Avadon would never let us get away with that.
No.
Never.
I would
Hey, if
have
it's
fit,
between the horse
but-
and me, it's the horse first.
Well, I mean, yes, but sometimes people just kind of like sacrifice them in a way, and it's like,
But then, yeah.
Like Yoshi in Super Mario World.
Oh yeah, you just jump off when you didn't quite make the jump.
Yoshi
You're
is,
like,
is your boost. I'll find you in another egg.
all right, I'm just setting up some names so that people will know who you guys all are, and then I will switch us over and just do the real quick recap. And if Adanya joins us, then you know my whole setup will get all weird again, and I'll have to fix it, and that'll be fine. And I'm gonna put this one away. And
I
it's
told
gonna
Kylie to go to her room at 9:45, so feel free to kick her back to her room at that time.
I'll just run the game and also run the stream and also tell her
Okay,
to go.
fine. I will remind her.
I'll keep track of all that.
I will do it. It's only right there.
All right.
Marital list.
Even though she's gonna put her ear to the wall so she can listen to everything. I didn't tell her about the Twitch.
Hmm.
Not that she's allowed to have the computer in her room in this house.
Anyway. Okay, so let's start with our recap here, which is written down in my notes right in front of me. Here we go. So my recap's really quick, so you guys will probably have to fill in Ari, who has not been here for a little bit, but I just have
I've been here all the time. I've
Well,
been
he's
here
been there
the
the whole
whole time.
Right,
Just
yeah.
not paying attention.
Everything has a price, whether it be 600 gold pieces, or a mug of ale, or a debt that can seemingly never be repaid. The Bums of Greenest are learning this together, and we rejoin you on the morning of your 20th day on the road. You learned a bit more about what the cultists are carrying, finally ended your journey from across the fields of the dead, and you have recently been robbed. So a little bit more detail on what has happened in the past few episodes, seasons, sessions, episodes, whatever. You all, what was that? Came across, so you had the fight with the hobgoblins and rescued the merchant. On the following session, you found out that the merchant and his guards, at least, were from, a couple of them were from Neverwinter, and then went to Daggerford and helped them out. Let's see, what else did you guys learn? You got to see one of the then you were attacked. This happened first. Then you were attacked by some Paratons, the winged, deer-headed half eagle creatures, and Arik almost had his heart eaten out by one. It was one death save away from being dead. So that was...
Well, congratulations, Liz. I think you might be the only dungeon master to use them ever.
Well, I mean, they're written into the module, so you know. It was quick.
They were terrifying.
There was always one that you always flip past in the monster manual. You're like, what the?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Like,
it almost killed Arik there.
no,
and that was with
heart stuff. That's bad.
And that was with really bad rolls in the beginning. So there was a little bit of that, a little bit of almost death, and then the next session, you all continued on your way, trying to get to the Boriskir Bridge. One of the cultist wagons flipped, and there was some of you got to see that there was extra jewelry and like very shiny things that they were transporting. Braxton, who is the hill dwarf with the cultist wagons, was not happy, and has been giving everybody the stink eye ever since. Avadon became friendly with Minxie, the little crazy halfling who's with the cultist wagons. Erdnot tried to befriend James, one of the mercenaries of both Kothja's Shadow, and it went all right. And well, there was one more thing that and Arik and Aldor did not get along, where he found a drift globe and Aldor wants it, and so offered Arik some money at first for it, but he's kind of a jerk, so it didn't go over well. And I think Vidania was confronted by Zan about how her sister may have been the one who released everybody from the cultist camp, the sister who is part of the cult, back in the Raiders camp in chapter 2.
Season 1.
Season 1, chapter 2. And but none of the rest of you were there for that, so Vidania has not shared that information with you yet, and neither has Zan. So we pick up, as I said, on the 20th day. In the morning, Arik woke up and found that his drift globe that Aldor had wanted so badly was gone. So he confronted Aldor, accused him of taking it. Aldor did not take kindly to the accusation and is now really mad. And I think we had picked up right where Arik was like scanning the entire caravan for potential thieves, but there's quite a few people who it could potentially be, including Aldor. And so we just kind of pick up right there in the morning. If you guys have anything that you wanted to chat about before you continue on your way.
Well, after finding out that Arik was robbed, Sam would like to check his stuff to make sure everything's there.
Okay. Yeah, you go through your stuff and nothing's been touched.
Yeah, I'll check my stuff too.
Okay. Same for you. Everything's there.
I'll be
follow the
sullen
leader,
and
we all check our
sulky and kick the dirt.
Yeah, the rest of you check your things, and nothing is missing except for that drift globe.
Is it the morning?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Can I recently overheard someone refer to Neverwinter as the Jewel of the North? That was like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So Avadon's been kind of sitting with that a little bit. And I want to ask, I think Micaiah was kind of familiar with where we've been. Up this way? Is that right?
Yeah, Micaiah has has expressed to you all that she has definitely escorted various people to and from like the major cities. So, you know, like Neverwinter is pretty far north, but potentially a place that Micaiah has been.
Okay. Well, I want to ask her about I want to say, so, this Neverwinter place. You ever heard of it? You been? Some guy called it the Jewel of the North, and I was like, what? That's so cool sounding. Wow. Do you, Huh?
So Micaiah, you have been to Neverwinter probably like once. It has a very complicated cast. So it's got a few different names. The Jewel of the North, the City of Skilled Hands. It's a very like diverse city-state. Back in, I think it was about 100 years ago or so, there was a very huge event that happened there where, so it's been through a few things, and there's the spell plague that happened in the late 1380s that just wiped out a lot of people just across, you know, the Forgotten, or the Sword Coast at least. But particularly in Neverwinter, and I'm just trying to find the exact words to use for what happened here. There was an eruption within the city itself, and it was like the Mount Potino, I think. Basically, a chasm opened up on one of the edges of Neverwinter, and like demons and stuff just like poured out of it, and it was a big deal, and it took a while to close it, and so there's just this whole section of Neverwinter that is not, people don't live there. It's kind of walled off a little bit, but the Lord Neverember is there. He's kind of taken over and has hired workers to try to rebuild after the attack from the eruption of Mount Potino. I don't know how to say that, Potino. And it's hard to get there because the road from Waterdeep to Neverwinter is being rebuilt. Nobody went there for a very long time as all these demons and everything were pouring out of the city. And so now it's kind of like in its rebuild phase. So you've only had to really transport like one person to Neverwinter and then like left, just because it is a dangerous journey. The road's not very clear. But it's thriving again. It's pretty big, and there's a lot of different kinds of people there, shops and everything. It's definitely a place you can go and do trade and whatever, but they're trying to build that trade route back between Neverwinter and Waterdeep. Let's see here. Yeah, so like I said, about like 100 years earlier or so, there was the eruption. Lots of like fire elementals and like all this other stuff was coming out of it. And then about what year was, like less than 10 years ago or so, it was finally closed and like no more bad monsters come out of it.
But I don't want anybody getting punched because someone just walked in the room behind Roy. Okay, there.
It's okay. It's
I know how jumpy he gets, and like he can't hear, so I didn't want him to turn around and like smack whoever walked in.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's what.
Poke your head right and say hey.
Is there like an
Don't be-
estimate?
don't be
Does
weird.
she know how?
Don't be
You're
weird.
on the internet.
To know how far, like what's the distance there to get there?
So from Waterdeep to Neverwinter is approximately 800 miles or so. 800, 900 miles. North.
Okay.
Is Avadon like a moth to flame in regards to jewels? Like, you're just inquiring because you want something shiny from the jewel of the north?
Well,
did he hear me?
Yeah, are you there?
I don't know. Am I?
Oh, are you?
Where are we?
I don't think she's
Where-
talking to you, Erdy. She's talking to me.
Yep, she's talking
And
to
my
Micaiah.
answer is that I thought that with a name like Neverwinter, it wouldn't be very cold. Like, it would never be winter, but that's a lie. So it's kind of
Right?
like inland and Iceland.
Yeah,
So
kind of.
make sure
Yeah.
you bring a lot of gear, okay? Because it is winter. It's like always winter. They should rename it Always
Lasagna.
Winter.
There goes.
Hey!
Hey.
Vagina!
Yes, yes.
She's there.
The kids are asleep.
Hooray! Now we can fix
For
my
now.
You're
thing
muted.
here.
Oh. Your mic's not
Your
on.
mic's muted.
You're muted, Danya. Unmute yourself.
Last time, Vidana, you were set up for a push to talk.
Zan's always the voice of reason.
Oh, here I am.
Here I
Zan,
Can you hear me?
Here we go.
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm just setting up the names so everybody knows who you are. All right, let's see. I gotta get your name back up.
Did you give him whiskey?
Oh, I should have.
Let's not podcast child abuse into the
It's not child abuse, isn't that what they do in France?
It's not
Where it
abuse.
can actually be used against you later in a job.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
Just go in the European
Nobody
style
here-
of parenting.
Yes. Okay. Or your job as a diplomat. To
Yeah,
those
right. You can
European
get away
nations.
with anything.
Honestly. Are we doing roll 20?
Jeffrey Epstein thing.
Um,
you gotta win
we
everything.
may do roll 20.
Okay.
We'll
Depends
see.
how bad we roll.
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how you guys do. How far you
If we
guys
have
get.
to lie.
Yeah, I definitely don't like the new way they have everything set up.
It's a little clunky.
In what?
Well,
Roll 20?
Yeah.
yeah, well, from going from D&D Beyond to Roll 20, like, it won't let me do weapons attacks. I got one to do one, but it added a whole bunch of other stuff. I can't even replicate it. It keeps just giving me, like, a description. It's so strange. It keeps just wanting to roll on the D. So. I don't know.
It's a little bit weird.
Weird.
Am I the only one
Weird.
rolling real dice?
I have all
I'll
mine
probably-
out.
I haven't
I'm
set up.
rolling real dice.
All right.
I was just gonna do what everybody else was doing. If everybody was gonna go this, then I'd go to this.
Real
If I was
dice
gonna roll
crew.
real dice.
I'll do real dice.
Real dice crew.
Give me 1 second.
All right, hold on. Let's.
Roll or die. That's what I say. Roll or die.
That was that. Just to warm it up, it was already a 1.
That's all right. Just, that's all right. Get
wasn't
it out of
good.
the way now. Get it
That
out of the way
wasn't
now.
good.
That sounds appropriate.
The laws of probability. Get it out of the way.
All out.
Didn't like that.
DM, when you are set, I have a follow-up for Micaiah about that trip. Because I think that everyone was present during Eric's conversation about his sitch.
His sitch? Yeah. Yep.
And
Yeah, I only spent not even a night, and I don't. Right, DM. I spent very little time in Neverwinter.
Yes. Yeah, he spent very little time.
I wouldn't have time to have gotten any of the sites or any history or anything like that.
No, and
In and out.
you kind of like went through in a rush, like in the dark of night, kind of. You know what I mean? You weren't looking around. You were trying to find a very specific thing and then get out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That is okay. All right, I'm done.
All right. Anybody else need to do anything on your before you head off? Any additional?
I ask Eckert, who do you think done it? I call you Eckert, and I ain't gonna change it.
So awkward. Such an awkward.
I have no idea. I have no clue. At first, I thought it was a lawyer, but he seemed pretty genuine. It could have been anybody. Could have been anyone. I think it was the boy, the young boy.
I do.
Could be.
You knew.
Hard to say.
The young boy, do you
We'll see.
mean, are you talking about James?
The one that, that Erdnot was chatting up last session.
Okay.
Chatting him up.
I think I
Chatting up
said
a young boy.
Huh? No, he's like 25 or something. He's not young.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, he's a young boy.
I thought
to
he was
me,
younger for
but
some reason.
No,
I wasn't doing it because
for,
I like him.
No,
Oh,
just
okay. All
for
right.
um,
Hey,
trying to-
whatever, dude. Just
in
don't
re-
run for office.
Just trying to get information and possibly a means to capture and torture him.
Okay.
It's all right.
That's
Don't
better.
worry.
In the name of
Erdnot,
God.
you're
In the name of God, of
Erdnot,
course.
Okay, yeah.
You're in the trust. You're in the trust tree. That's okay.
The trust.
We're not gonna judge anybody for anything.
yeah. So like, as far as Erdnot's concerned, he kind of considers him a boy, but like for the rest of
Well,
you,
you're
he's
all-
pretty close to your.
you're all children. All children to
Yeah,
earn.
he's-
Right. All right.
I thought for some reason the way he was described earlier, I thought he was much younger.
Yeah. So
So-
he's a young man, but he kind of like carries himself younger. You know, like he's not very confident. You know, so he's not. You know.
Okay. I'm just generally gonna try to keep an eye out for
Okay.
anything. I'll try to keep an eye and an ear out for anybody acting real suspicious, or if I see anybody that looks like they're I don't know, like they're trying to hide anything, like a small, softball-shaped object.
Okay.
Did Eric let us
Spell this
know
one.
that this happened overnight?
Yeah. So you all kind of like
I can't
he
remember.
kind of called you all over at a certain point and just informed you that like he got robbed.
There's a thief.
They stole
There's a thief in our midst.
Oh, it's terrible.
They stole my
He sounded just like
my
that.
one magical item.
Yes.
Guys, they stole my thing.
They took her derby.
Wait, don't you all also have those owl goggles?
Oh yeah. You have more than one
The-
magical thing.
Yeah, so you can
Those
see in the dark.
I thought those weren't. I didn't know those were magical. I thought they're just.
Oh yeah. No, those are
lenses.
magic.
Well, I
they
mean,
give, they give you
they let you see
dark
in the
vision.
dark.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not
Well, yeah,
like a. There's no technology in this world.
It's like reverse sunglasses.
yeah, hey, I thought maybe it was just the
Oh, no, those
special
are-
glass lenses. I don't know.
Those are magic. All right, so you continue on your way. The day
Evan?
the day
Evan?
carries on, and yeah, you just kind of look around at everybody, pack up your stuff, and you continue on. A few more days go by. It's quiet again as you're on the road north to what's the name of the city you're about to? It's a damn. You're on your way to Daggerford, but you're gonna pass by this one stupid town. I forgot Dragon
That'd be
Spear
awesome.
Castle.
That'd be the name of the town. If I was naming things, it'd be called that one stupid town.
Yeah.
Like I'd want that on the map.
Well, it's already been created for me, so Dragon Spear Castle. So you're on your way there. Probably just gonna pass by there. But a couple days goes by, nothing of note. Very quiet. So we'll come to day 23. It's a pretty normal day. You guys travel along, a little bit overcast. It's starting to get a little bit cooler as you're heading up north. Just as a little FYI for Ari, that you guys did pass Boriskir Bridge, which was is kind of like a pop-up merchant city, like right at the bridge that goes over the winding water.
Okay.
On one side is the god Cyric, and on the other side is the god Baal, or a statue of each of them on the edge of the bridge. Both of them are like not super nice gods, so I'd have to do some more research on exactly why those two are there. But and you also,
I think Ball got a bad rep. I'm just saying.
oh, okay. You also
Like,
huh? Okay. So you went through the tent city, chatted with some of the people in the caravans. Well, Erdnot tried to talk to Braxton. It didn't really go that well. And I feel like there was one other thing that happened while you guys were in that area, but I can't remember. Maybe my note taker can remember.
Was that when the wagon wheel broke?
It was like just before just after the wagon wheel broke. You guys, Zan helped the caravan, the cultist caravan, fix their wagon wheel.
Such a nice guy.
So, like, these are the alleged cultists, correct?
Yes.
Like, they're not walking around with a big
No.
cultist.
Right. So that was the other thing when
They
you
don't
were
have bumper stickers in the back of their, carriages saying, I
Yeah.
break for whatever crazy god we worship.
Right. Nope. There is nothing that would give them away, if you guys didn't already know or have a feeling. Like, so you have never seen these people before, but from what the team has told you here, there are faces that they kind of recognize, none that stand out specifically, like that they very specifically remember. My camera picks up everything that you guys are talking about. So, but some faces look familiar, and so one of the other things was that when you all were in Boriskir, a little tent city, a pretty big tent city, they indicated that there were other faces throughout the crowd, like as you were there for the day, that kind of started to look familiar as the day went on. Again, none that, there are some that the group met personally and know the names of.
Well, I mean, I met Vidania's twin sister there.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
A little while ago.
Yeah.
Was I informed of her, situation? Like, did she actually even share that with me?
She
like,
has not shared that with anybody.
She's a dirty cultist.
So Zan confronted Vidania in the woods, but they have not shared their conversation with you all.
But I mean, I saw her, so I know that there's a clone of her walking around with different hair.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, since I don't know what a clone is,
it could be a simulacrum, but,
But I'm polite, and I'm not going to bring it up.
Right.
That would be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Awkward conversation.
All right, so I'm just setting up this camera here because I
So
want to be.
where is Uncle Ari right now?
He's with you guys.
Hi.
He just like rejoined us.
He was always no. He was.
He's been-
I was just kind of moping.
Yeah, he was always there. He's just
He
been.
was always. Was he back with me when they were fighting?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been kind of dealing with his own like disappointments and whatnot.
It's like real life.
So has he heard and been involved in everything? So
he knows about everything that's gone. He's been with the caravan the whole time, and you guys probably would have informed him of all of the things that you know up to this point, because it would be in your best interest to keep everybody in the loop. Good night.
I was just
I've
making
just
sure
been
he
walking
didn't
around
just
with a giant
disappear
like
on us again.
question mark over my head the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not. I've been
randomly
assuming.
following you exactly 20 feet back. Never replying to your texts.
All right, so you all continue on, and again, it's the night of the 23rd. I'm going to actually flip you over to camp real quick. Make sure that I have it the way I want it to be. So I use 2minutetabletop.com maps. And he makes all of these, he like draws these all by hand and like all the assets and everything. So I'm obsessed with it. He just does such a great job. So you all see your camp here?
Yep.
All right, so the way that you guys have been kind of setting up with your group has been like little kind of half circles of caravans in 3 groups here. And so you guys are kind of at the edge there, and there's another group up this way, and then a little bit further up is the 3rd group, the cultists. And you kind of came off of the road and are on this side camp area where people typically will pull off to take their rest for the night.
So it's a
Are
rest
we? That's above us, correct? Right here.
Yes, this is above you.
We're
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't. There was no other question. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were. I thought
that
you
I
had
was looking
another
at.
thing you were following up with.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just usually sometimes with the maps, like it looks like that way, but we've been at other times we've accidentally like interpreted the opposite way before in the past.
Yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So I just wanted to be clear. Sorry about that.
No problem. What the hell is this? I don't know what that is. I'll delete it. Okay. So, so yeah, you're set up here for the night. This little crowd over here, the Hoper, he starts in on his chats about like what a great trip this has been, and how it's really been one of the. He's surprised that all of his stuff has been kept so well guarded by everybody here, and he's so happy with his choice in Lita, and Lita is kind of sitting there just looking out into the woods area out there. And these two over here, you've noticed that it's almost like the pole is like taking care of Orvustia. Like she's pretty new from what you had gathered. Oh, and I don't know if I shared. I think I shared this with all of you, but from what you had gathered, like this is her first time away from home. So she's been training and everything, but she's been training essentially, and this is her first time actually using any kind of battle tactics or whatever. And during the fight with the Peritons, which there were actually 4 of them, 2 of them went after, well, one first went after Aldor and then switched over to Arik. But there were a couple of others, and they usually fight. Micaiah, you would have known that they usually fight in pairs. You missed this fight. Like, Annie missed the fight. But,
Correct.
but Micaiah would have known that they kind of like mate for life type of thing, and they fight in pairs.
Oh,
So
like penguins. Aw.
Violent,
If they
deadly
had-
penguins.
yeah.
if they had the antlers and the head of a deer, but with the maw of a tiger.
Yes.
Things were terrifying.
So let me just see which screens I'm missing here, because I want to make sure I could like switch over to my map. But this is the first time that I think I've had everybody on camera, so I'm just trying to make sure.
I just want to mention that from your drawing, we can see all the horses' bums.
Quite thick.
There's lots of bums.
They're
I
well
hope
fed.
that you
Horses.
are all able to
They're well fed horses.
control yourselves, despite the
Around the
fact
bums?
that there are horses' bums facing you right now.
Bums.
We're all giggling.
Oh, do I have an icon for Ski
Horse
Pleos?
bums.
Oh no. I did not make. I still have it. I could throw it on the screen.
Oh, he's there.
Oops.
Not doing anything.
They look so cute. Did you draw these?
No, this is from that
Oh,
2
they're
minute
adorable.
2-minute tabletop guy. He does all of it. I steal everything. Well, I don't steal it. I pay for it.
Ooh,
But
I always thought you drew all this stuff.
no, I wish. No, he does it. It's another Australian guy. I believe he is Australian who
That's
does
amazing.
this for his work. So yeah, it's great.
Good job.
What I'm very excited to use when one of you finally does a fire spell. He just did these. He just did these fire spell assets. So we're able to. I'll be able to like show your fireball or your fire ring of fire or whatever.
Avadon, do firebolt. Firebolt.
I'll cast some spells.
Firebolt.
Right now.
Cast firebolt just for fun. Up
Light the
here.
fire with
See
a
what happens.
fireball.
I'm not gonna do it, Liz. Not
No one
doing
will
it.
get hurt, right, DM?
That's
All right, so you find
they're trying
yourselves.
to talk me into it.
You find
It almost
yourselves
worked.
on sorry, 1 second here. On night 23, you're all sitting around the fire. You can hear up north in the next little group there. You can hear Nuhar, the brother who can talk. You can hear him telling like some kind of story, and that other group up there like laughing along. He seems to be like the life of the party up there, typically, which is just a very interesting dynamic between him and his brother, who his brother is a mute, and so like they're always laughing together, but obviously the one who steals the show is Nuhar with his stories of you have no idea what, because you haven't been over there to kind of like listen in, but he's always making everybody laugh up in that other camp there.
See,
Where is
now
he?
my feelings are
This
even
one?
more hurt.
Huh?
Which
What?
one is he? This guy?
Which guy? No. So Nuhar is there's.
That was the one that wouldn't tell you the joke, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't
Avadon?
let me.
Wouldn't get it.
I tried to go say hi, and he didn't want to talk to me.
You have horns.
It might
Demon
have.
eyes.
It might have just been the timing. You don't know.
I bet all the horses' bums would love if you went up to them and gave them a little pat.
Little scratch.
As she
Just give 'em a
drives
little
all our
scratch.
horses into the dead of the night.
Like slaps them all, run.
All their caravans start running off.
All their stuff that they're carrying.
Okay,
Well,
sorry.
Liz,
Last
I'm gonna
one.
light some insect repellent incense because I just noticed that I have those. so I'm just gonna light those while I'm sitting there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I thought you meant like in your real house. Like, okay,
No.
go ahead.
No.
I can't stop you. Okay.
And then I light my pipe.
Alright. Alright, I'm switching this over so that my screen is actually viewable here. Perfect. Whew. Alright, so yeah, so you're all sitting around here, and it's probably like about 8 o'clock or so. You know, you have to start setting up early. You guys only get to travel along the road for, 8 hours total before you have to set the horses up and start setting up camp, which takes a while. So the sun has just recently gone down, but you're all out here. And while you're all kind of talking, Avadon, you hear this like slight little buzz in your ear, almost similar to when you've gotten messages like when Zan has sent you messages from his quiver. And you hear this very familiar voice that says to you, hello, my alabaster princess. Come north and meet me. Come alone. And that's all you hear.
Okay. I'm gonna follow it.
You're gonna what?
I'm just gonna say come alone to where?
It said, come north and meet me. Come alone.
Does anybody see her make any kind of reaction or hear this?
I'm
going
gonna
on,
Just
or-
jerky over the fire.
You won't
He
hear.
ain't
No,
paying
you
attention.
you wouldn't hear it because it's in her head. But you can make a perception check. I'd say with disadvantage because you're kind of across the fire there, and unless you guys had been talking, there wouldn't be a reason for you to be paying attention to her face in the moment.
You said perception, right?
Yep, perception with disadvantage.
Come on. Oh, 13.
13. Yeah, so you do notice, you notice Avadon's face kind of like changes just slightly. But Avadon, I don't know what you do here in response to the voice you just heard.
Is Vidania standing or sitting next to me, right? I see. I'm gonna whack her, and I want to say, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that voice?"
What voice?
And I'm just gonna kind of like I'm confused. I'm very confused, and I'll just be like, "Oh."
Or
Yes,
not
it
turns
was
towards
nothing.
you.
It was just me. I was just
Look
talking.
confused.
You're hearing voices again?
Avadon, you would have recognized the voice. You know exactly who it is.
I recognize. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Okay. So I'll just say that, and then I will have said that to Vidania, and then I'll just be like, "Oh, it's nothing. It was nothing."
Or not, turns back to the fire and goes, witches. Horse jerky.
Are you eating meat on a stick, Erdy?
Horse jerky.
I'm eating horse on a stick. Right? That's our rations are horse from like the 2 dead horses from a while ago.
Jerky.
Horse, yeah, we're eating horse jerky. I'm not the only one. We're all doing it.
So you're French.
All right. So another few minutes goes by, and Avadon, you hear again in your ear, "Don't keep me waiting."
God. Not going to react that time. I'll probably just look really, like, saddish.
Sad?
Think so.
So actually, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, that's not my strong point.
Oh, she knows it's not.
Sorry,
No, no, no.
I did that wrong. Here it is. Oh, fuck. See?
All right, what did you roll? I actually don't have it up.
It's a 6.
Okay. So you're not quite sure, but like something is suggesting to you that the voice means right now.
Oh, that's what it means? Okay. All right. In the dark? Alone? I'm gonna... Okay, so I'll just, kind of stand up and brush myself off and secure my
Wander off.
hood, and I'm just gonna kind of back away from the group, and I'm gonna move in northerly way.
Northerly direction.
Does Micaiah notice this? Because you've been watching her now.
Yeah, you'd
And
see her get up.
She's
and
kind of like behind me. I would notice, right?
I
Can
mean,
I think we'd probably all see.
follow her?
you guys would see her get up and like start walking away.
All right.
But you also
I'm
kind
I'm
of
backing
know
away. I'm backing away, like,
you guys.
ooh, hey, oh, it's beautiful stars.
I'll be right back. I have to pee.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
one of those
There's a lot of reasons why she might be not hanging out with the group, but I'll say Micaiah, I'll let you do an insight check.
Insight? All right.
Yeah.
Before she does anything, I'd like to move up top of that little cliff just to kind of keep watch of. That way we don't get attacked from that direction up top.
Yep, you
Is
can
that
move
right?
yourself.
I got a 19.
Do you have control over the guy? Did I fix that right? Yeah, you should. Okay.
I got a 19.
Okay, yeah, so you can see Avadon's face is like not one of a person who is about to go pee. You don't know exactly what's going on, but like
So you're saying
It's
that
not-
they're a
expert.
big shit
She
or
doesn't
something
have to
wrong.
pee.
So
She
Yeah,
does
you're like,
not
this is
have
not-
to pee. That is not someone that
something
has to
isn't
pee.
working out. Like
I
this-
want to try to stealth and
It's a
follow
fake
her
pee.
Okay, make
from
a
a
stealth check.
Not a pee face.
but like, yeah, that's a 22.
Okay.
Is Micaiah's
Stealthy as
camera frozen
fuck.
for anyone else, or is it just me?
Just you.
Actually,
Okay.
She's
both
frozen.
both
Oh,
both
I can see
Micaiah
it.
and Erdnot are frozen.
Oh, I can see you just
Okay.
fine. No.
Oh,
you guys
shit.
just dropped that. It was you that it was you
No,
all
there
along.
goes my camera. I got it.
Okay, Avadon, I'm gonna have you do a perception check just to see. I don't know what your perception is. What do you got a 22, Micaiah, for your stealth?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if it's possible for you to get above a 22, Avadon, but we'll see.
No, I'm not perceptive.
Well, I have a +4 stealth, so that's why.
All right, so yeah, you got a 10.
Sorry, it keeps
that's
doing
fine.
that.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, you have a -1 perception. Okay, so Avadon, you head up up this way and to the north. Probably about like 150 feet or so. You keep walking through, and as you're walking, you hear this voice in your head, this familiar feminine voice that you recognize, who says, "Oh, honey,
Telling you to kill your parents.
one of your friends is following. Please take care of that before we meet."
Well, I'm glad it's not me.
Uh-oh.
And so
Did you say one of your friends is following?
Yes.
Is that what you just said? Okay.
For you to take care of them. Take care of them.
Take care of it.
You better take care of me.
Okay.
I think that means shoot them in the head.
So what do you do?
Departed style.
Scare me
Yeah.
with your horns or something.
Take the crossbow. No, leave the crossbow. Take the cannoli.
I want to whisper to the voice. Which one?
The voice was doesn't whisper back very clearly in your head. It says, "The nosy half elf."
I am nosy.
And you hear, "Send her away before I remove her."
How close is Micaiah to me right now?
How close, Micaiah? You said how far back were you following?
I would say I'm following her by like 60 feet or so.
Yeah.
Enough to see her, but.
So, and I can see that I'll turn around quickly and I'll say, "Go away." I mean, go away.
A little bit louder. 60 feet away.
I'm gonna wake my neighbor.
Yeah, it's pretty.
The Avadon gesticulating and making some weird noise, but you can't hear what she's saying. She's going.
Arik over here will just hear like crunching of walking through the woods and just go away, go away. Like, what the fuck is going on?
You're muted.
Yes.
Say I'm like over. I don't know. I'm like over here. I don't know. I'm hiding.
Yeah, you guys aren't on. You're not on the map. You're not on the map. You're like 150 feet.
Oh god!
Where,
God.
I don't know where we are, but
He fell off the cliff.
Micaiah. Yeah, so Micaiah,
can I hear her talking to me?
You see Avadon stop, turn around, and then like loudly, kind of like stage whisper, like "Go away!" Like out into your general direction, but you were hiding. You stealthed pretty well, so she doesn't know exactly where you are.
I mean, truthfully, if I'm playing as my character, that would not make her want to go away. It'd make her want to follow her even more. So,
go for
can
it.
I try to go like ultra healthy?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am keeping my eye on her.
I know I should drown. I know bad.
So
but
tonight someone's gonna get killed by a dragon.
Friend is in trouble.
Well, we gotta go.
You can continue following. Are you gonna step?
So
forward?
I'm not walking yet. I wanted to wait and see that she would have turned away.
Okay. So this is kind of a standoff in the woods where Avadon is facing out, and like you have dark vision, so you can see out into the woods. But Micaiah was very stealthy, so you're like hiding behind a tree, like.
Exactly.
But
I'm waiting for her to move.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer to where Micaiah is, wherever I think that she is, in that general direction, and I'll just say, "Micaiah, this isn't anything to do with you. Can you just chill the fuck out?"
So why you just don't pull down your pants and be like, "I'm gonna poop. You should like go away now."
You don't want to be here for this.
Or you could say you're gonna be eaten by a dragon if you stay here.
I learned that you never leave someone alone. You never let someone go off alone. You know how many
Unless they have to
I
poop.
lost and let them go alone?
Micaiah, if I'm not back in 5 minutes, then come and get me. I'll send up dancing, like I'll send up lights, and you'll know just where I am.
All right.
Okay,
Well, I'm staying right
move.
here. I'm not moving.
Can I?
And I will look for your light.
Persuade this bitch, please.
No, it doesn't work like that with PCs.
God damn
All right.
it.
So what are you doing?
Don't you have that robe where you can charm people once a day?
I don't have it. I have the amulet, but I don't have the Chloe robe on.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's in the bag of holding.
It's back in the bag.
So she told me she put up dancing lights. So Micaiah's gonna stay here. She's just gonna wait and see if she sees dancing lights.
All right, Avadon.
Okay, I'm gonna turn. I see that she's agreed, right?
I have agreed.
Okay, so I'll turn around. I'm gonna turn back around and head back that
Okay.
direction.
So you walk for another like 50, 75 feet, actually, pretty far distance, or decent distance in the woods given circumstances. And finally, as you're walking, suddenly this tall shadow kind of steps out from behind a tree, and you recognize the shape. It's that very curvy, high mohawk, dark skin, Lennithon in her human form that you recognized from when you ran into her on the road. Except now she's taller. She's probably close to 7 feet tall as she steps out, and the hair like helps. It's like this really tall mohawk, but she's probably about 7 feet tall, and you notice like in the moonlight that's coming through the trees, she's got these like flecks almost of like silver and gold on her skin, and she looks a lot more just like radiant than the first time you met her. It's almost like she's upgraded her human form, like she really liked it, and she just was like gold, silver, and she put like it's in her skin. It's her very her like bodycon dress has more like ornate things in it, and it's got all these like flowing the sashes that she had as she was like riding up that first time. She's just very like extra now, and she walks out from behind the tree, and she just like smiles at you and like tilts her head a little bit, and she says, well, that one was lucky. I see you've continued with this group. You're still alive, so I guess that's all that matters. I've been watching you. And she steps forward to towards you, and is like, she gets very, very close, and it like leans down. Nope. Did I lose you?
Oh, and I can't hear you. Hold
You
on.
can't hear me? I can turn up. Can you guys hear my... Oh my
Yep,
gosh,
I
I'm
can
losing
hear you.
people.
I can hear
Losing
you.
people.
I can hear you.
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm still here. I just had to turn off. I had to move the phone, so I didn't want to.
I can hear you.
So.
Oh, are you done with the camera for the night?
Nope. I'm
Oh,
still
oh.
here. Sorry,
No,
I had to
problem.
move, and I didn't.
Just wait. When you guys disappear, it shifts my cameras around, so I just wanted to like make sure if you were gone for good, I just put you back under your name. So she leans in like really close to you, and she says, and you can feel like as she gets closer, you can almost that smell of ozone that you could smell that first time when she leaned into you on the keep in Greenest. That smell is like all around her, and that feeling of like that electricity that's just emanating off of her entire being. It's very overwhelming as she gets even closer to you. It's like all of that power of that huge dragon just condensed into this 7-foot tall person. And so she just leans in very, very closely, and she looks at you and she says, so I know what you seek. And I know that I can help you achieve the goals that you're looking for. And I don't know if you're willing, but I can make you very powerful. And you would be able to get everything you want. And all I ask in return is a little bit of fealty and a favor she pulls out from, you have no idea where, because that dress is so tight. But she produces, I was going to say, from nature's pocket. She pulls out, it's a Broad City reference, this orb that's like that fits in her hand, which is a pretty decently sized hand because she's like 7 feet tall. But
It's Eckert's orb.
no.
My drift globe.
No,
That would be hilarious.
it's
I'll
smaller.
give you this. You just have to kill your friends in their sleep.
I stole it.
One
I stole it. It was me.
at a time.
No,
Friends.
it was me the whole time. No, so she has this little orb and she hands it to you, and well, she holds it out to you, basically, and if you take it, that's your decision. You taking it?
Wait, am I taking the orb?
Yeah, you're taking it from her.
It
It is not the drift globe. It's smaller.
It's not. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Even if it was,
I wouldn't do
I
it.
mean, honest to God, I mean, I said I'd cut off the head of whoever stole my fucking drift globe, but I can't do shit against a dragon. So
Yeah, so she hands it to you, and Avadon, when you look at it, when you look into it in this moment, you see this picture in the, like, floating in it, almost like as you hold it, this picture kind of like coalesces in the orb, and you see the face of the woman that she showed you that first day. And it's a sleeping face. She's asleep. You're kind of almost like looking down from maybe 5 feet. That kind of like dirty blonde hair. Definitely head on the pillow, eyes closed, and that familiar like shape of the face and the mouth. And right behind her is a man's face, and you can tell that they're like lying together. He's also looks like he's sleeping. Angular nose and like high cheekbones, and just these two very familiar faces lying together asleep in the bed. And Lennithon like leans back a little bit and looks at you and is like, a gift, a show of the power that I can give you. It's yours. What I ask is, on your journey, for now, until I call upon you again, gather up any additional dragon eggs that you find and bring them to me. I can meet you on the road, or I can give you a place to drop them. But just gather them, convince your group that the eggs are better left with me. There's no need to lie. I'm not a fan of lies, per se. But
That's the dragon in the form of a human.
do this
I see
for
no
me,
downside to this at all. I see no downside.
and I will grant you power beyond your wildest dreams, and the power to find exactly what you seek, and the answers to all your questions. You don't have to answer me right now. But I'll be watching you.
I'm gonna take the orb. How big is it? Is it like
It's like
Eh?
it fits in your. It's like
in
that,
my palm?
like that big. Like you could put
Okay.
it in your pocket, kind of, or like one of your side satchel thingies.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in one of my side satchel things, and I'll say, well, if it goes according to plan, if they believe me and trust me, and we can tuck the eggs away, I mean, you would be you'd know what to do with them, right?
Of course. I know exactly what to do with them.
And
That didn't
be
that didn't
safe
sound
with you,
ominous at
right?
all.
Yes, they are safe
And-
with me. They are not safe with these imbeciles. So just any that you find, send them my way.
Lennithon, are there any nearby? Are there any with us?
No,
Damn it.
none with this group.
And what of my friends, Lennithon? I'm scared. I'm scared of what will happen. Will you protect us?
She does exactly what I just did. She's like,
Smiles.
protect you. No. You can protect yourself. Your friends are of no... They serve no purpose for me. You are the only one with power in that group. And you are the only one worth my time.
Insulting.
But speaking of your friends, and she kind of stops and looks up, and she says, you should probably head back, because I think they need you right now. And then we're going to cut to the rest of your group. While that was happening, the rest of you, so Avadon and Micaiah, you are not on this map right now because you are away doing something else. And as you all are sitting there, nobody else was really paying all that much attention to where Avadon went. Arik, you kind of noticed that Avadon stepped away as you were up there. You heard, whispers. You heard this. But the voice is...
Away.
Yeah,
Go away.
The voice sounded
No.
familiar, like Avadon. So you just kind of stayed up where you were. And as you all are standing there, you suddenly hear this thunk, and you see an arrow sticking out of the cart right over here, and you see Lita jerks her head over, and then she kind of looks back at all of you. Make a roll. And she looks like she's about to say something. I'm just gonna make a quick roll here.
I think she's gonna die.
Why'd they have to be so stealthy?
Who? You?
Yeah, now I'm not even here.
So nosy. Just let people poop in peace.
God damn it!
All you had
all
to
the
do.
fun stuff.
So you see another,
Working with you.
as Lita turns around and she goes to say something, you see this arrow comes by and it actually flies right past her head, an inch away from her head, just barely missing her. And she lets out this little gasp, and it flies past and hits one of the rocks, and she's like, we're under attack! And I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative except for Avadon and Micaiah. And I need to get my music going because I'm going to make the music happen. It's going to happen this time.
This feels good to roll.
There, I made it work. No. it's not
Ooh,
gonna
cool
work.
battle music.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh,
You
it's
gotta turn
cool.
up your rhythm. You gotta turn up the rhythm in the chat.
It's really cool, actually.
There
Sounds
it
like Game of Thrones.
That's good.
I might have to.
Oh,
turn
this is the
it
one
down.
from Roll. This is the music from Roll 20, right?
From Critical Role.
What
Yeah.
is it? Roll 20. Yeah, Critical Role.
Well, yeah. So this is Kevin MacLeod's volatile reaction. He lets anybody use his music, so it's on roll. It's actually on Roll 22. Yeah, you're right. And Critical
I
Role
love
uses
it.
it too.
Good.
All right.
And
So everybody, turn it down on my side. Okay. Whoa. All right. So starting Erdnot, what'd you roll?
21.
21. Perfect.
Yep.
It actually already had that there. All right. I got that one. Eric.
13.
Zan.
23.
Oh, look at you. Avadon. Oh, nope, you didn't roll. Vidania.
16.
16. And Ari.
16.
All right. So, oh, I already had these done, so. Oops. Just getting my daddies all done here. And when you saw the arrow go flying past and hit the rock, and then Lita turned, the pole stood straight up. That's loud still. Hey, listen.
Come on, nobody's gonna.
Said it.
Oh God. Okay, so the pole stood straight up, and shit. Come on. Okay, there we go. And so Orvustia also stood up, noticing that he had stood. And you hear him yell out, under the carts, under the carts. And so people start to like scatter here. So let's see. First up, we've got Zan. You are up. You haven't seen anything yet, but can make. Okay, let me get the music to work again. So sorry, you're up.
All right. Since I could I tell which direction the arrow came from?
Yeah. So the arrow. Came from this direction, like going that way.
All right, so I'm going to ready my bow, and I'm gonna hold my action until as soon as I see anyone. I'm just gonna be looking in that general area, like sweeping back and forth. And as soon as I see a hostile, I'm gonna let loose.
Okay. So you see these guys kind of like run and try to do their best to get out of the way. All right, so you're readying for the first hostile creature that you see.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check for me real fast.
Oh crap! My die just rolled under the thing. Hold on. Gotta get another D20.
Classic.
Didn't this happen last time too?
Yeah, it bounced directly out of the tray. I was a little too enthusiastic, I guess.
Dice challenges.
17.
All right. Yeah. Roll. Okay. Yep. You don't see anything quite yet. You have an
I'm
idea.
sure there's nothing to see.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you just know from the arrow direction that it came, this way. So, next up we have. I would be lost without this combat tracker, by the way. It is amazing. Erdnot, you're up.
I'm supposed to fight, right? Like merchants are supposed to like kind of cower by their goods.
It's your call.
Well, it's like meta
Which cart is ours? This one?
No, yours
Or
is.
this one?
Yep, yours is that covered one.
This one over here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna move closer to my cart and then I'm going to hold my action. So if I see something, I'm going to Eldritch Blast it.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, because I failed to do it last time and he almost got his heart eaten, I'm going to give Eckert Shield of Faith. Even though he's
Well,
up on the
thank you.
hill, but he's got to jump down eventually. So he gets a +2 to his AC.
All right.
You're a sweetie.
Okay.
See if I can not die this time.
This is teaching me my lesson not to be so goddamn nosy. I feel like the DM was trying to teach me that.
You're 60 feet away.
Message received.
Oh no, wait, you're more than 60 feet away. You're about 100 feet away. You were just 60 feet back from Avadon. All right.
I don't hear any of this. I don't know any of this is happening.
Nope, not yet. Okay, so next up is actually
Sitting behind a rock in solitaire.
Orvustia, who is going to, she's kind of like not really sure what to do, so she's gonna look over, she's gonna hold, she's actually gonna move herself like right about here, and then hold her attack until she sees anything, or until the pole attacks something. And next is Vidania.
I'm gonna run down towards Erdnot. I'm supposed to be catching him. And just ready my bow.
Alright, make a perception check.
Honey.
What was it?
20.
Sorry, it keeps cutting out.
20.
20?
Yes.
Is it 2?
2-0?
Yeah.
2
Okay.
with a
Nope.
globe.
You cannot.
An orb.
You cannot see anything yet. Okay. Let's see. Next it would be Avadon, but now it is Ari.
I am sprinting towards the other cart. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm sprinting. I don't have to sprint, really. I'm running very quickly.
Power walking. He's
This
power
cart.
walking over to
Yes.
that cart.
Power walking over there. I have my
Skipping.
crossbow out.
He decided to skip, so he's going to skip over there.
Actually, I take that back. I am making my way to this cart here.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
You can actually probably get like right about here.
Okay, and I have my crossbow out and ready.
Okay. Oh, did we say Asclepios is a horse?
He's a little horse, but he's small and probably will just run and hide.
I have him somewhere. Where did I have him? Hold on, I'm gonna
I
put
don't
him
think he
on
was on this
there.
map to begin with.
No, I have him though. I have his little thingy.
You do.
I made a token for him. All right. When I find that, I'll put it on.
He runs and hides.
Okay.
And he's
Like
very
in the
small.
tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My tokens don't want to load.
He has nothing to contribute, and therefore he's going to run away.
Okay.
Can be a shield.
No, he's too small.
A meat shield. You're small.
All right. All right. So next, the pole is gonna run over this way, and I'm gonna have him do. No, he doesn't see anything. Okay. So
That is not what I pictured the pole to look like, by the
Me
way.
either.
well, I gave you the pictures of them the day I introduced them to you.
I remember. I was just picturing like a really tall, skinny, maybe red-haired
Tall.
Swiss person.
He's 7.5 feet tall. All right, so this one here, it's his turn, is going to, so this one all the way over here is going to shoot at Arik. And does a 19 hit? What's your AC?
Misses.
Okay. So you see
19, but he gave me the +2,
plus
so
2.
it's 21.
All right, so the arrow actually does hit you, but it doesn't do any damage. Like it flies. You see this arrow just fly out as you kind of like look down this way where the activity came from. But this guy gives away his position here. This arrow bounces off of your like your shield is kind of to the side, and it kind of like hits the shield and bounces off, and then you turn around and see.
Field actually surrounds him with shield of faith surrounds him with a shimmering field. So if you it could have bounced off his shields like phasers bouncing off the Enterprise.
There you go.
If the DM so chooses to describe
That
it that
makes
way,
sense.
just letting you know what it does.
So it bounces off, and you see this guy here. He's going to run over kind of like this way, and he's going to try to hide. He's going to use his action to hide. So, see how well he does. No, he tries to hide, but rolled a 10, and your passive perception is higher than a 10, I believe.
10.
It is 10?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so you see this like goblet like lets loose, and then it shimmies underneath these branches on this dead tree, but like you can see rustling. It's just not doing a good job, so I'm not going to try to hide it because it's right there.
What is it? Did you say it's a goblin?
Yeah, you see this goblin head pop up, and you see these like big ears sticking out the side, and it goes and lets loose, and then dashes over to try to hide under the tree, but sucks at it. All right, that's that one's move. All right, so this next.
So he's just on the other side of the tree. He's not in the tree.
No, that tree is on the ground, so he's like trying to hide in it.
Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah, it's a
gotcha.
fallen tree.
I should have known that.
Alrighty.
Does that give him any cover?
Yeah, he would have like 3/4 cover at this point, which is just a bonus to the AC, but he's not fully covered. Okay, so next up is this guy over here, who I'm just gonna mark real quick as hot pink. So this one, you see let me just make sure I read this correctly, but I believe a flaming arrow. Yeah.
Do we get to see the flames if it's a flaming arrow?
Yeah. Well, you can't see anything.
God damn it.
So this one pops up, and you see it's going to let loose a flaming arrow actually at Lita.
Eva!
For to hit. Nope, that's a 9. So this flaming arrow goes flying past, and actually it would have been a really good hit, but she dodges out of the way, so it flies past and actually hits off of the top of this area here and falls, and doesn't catch anything. You actually see Werond jump over and like stamp her foot on the arrow in this second. And this guy is actually gonna try to hide too. right, we'll say, yeah, is able to hide. All of you people are
I have a passive of 14.
14. Yeah. Okay, so then next up is, oh, this one. This is a fun one. So as you're sitting there, you see this, you hear this loud, like, weird grunting noise that's coming from the ground here. Where did I put that little son of a bitch? There he is. And you see this boar with a goblin riding it comes running out.
For a mount.
5, and is also going to shoot at Lita. And that's a 20 to hit. So, not a flaming arrow this time, but just a regular old arrow. Finally, she gets hit with one of these arrows from the goblin, and it does. Oops. 3. That's it. All right. She takes 3 points of damage here. Oops. I don't know where that just went, but anyway. Alright, so 3 points of damage. So she gets hit on the side, and she's like, ah! Grabs her shoulder. Next, oh, and then it's gonna continue on, actually.
Just did a drive-by on a wild pig. That's awesome.
Would I be able to let loose my
Wild pig
arrow
is
now
mount.
that I see it move?
Where are you? Oh yeah, you can definitely let loose.
If we kill it,
Can I also let loose my
Yeah,
Eldritch Blast?
Yes,
that's
you
an
can.
8.
Yeah, you could see it, actually. You would be able to see it, like, right here. It was an 8.
Oh, excuse me, a 9.
A 9, yeah, 9 does not hit. It flies past. You see, like, the boar kind of dodge a little bit. Same thing with that Eldritch Blast. It's like, pigs are really fast, and so it just dodges out of the way and is able to get, like, over here. Still, like, doesn't get too far, but actually, you know what it would do? It was right there, right? Yeah, right there. And try to cover itself. That's not very good cover, but okay. Next is this one over here. Where are you? I'm gonna have it be this one. So this one pops up out of here and up there at the top, and just double checking what it can do. All right, it is going to roll 23 to hit on Arik.
23, yep, that hits.
So this one, another arrow comes flying out for 4 damage, as it is able to pierce through that shield that has been put up and gets you kind of like right in the side. And then it is going to try to hide again. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah. And you watch it kind of like throw its shit at you, and then not literal shit, but lets loose an arrow and then disappears into behind the tree. Next up is Arik. It's your turn.
So what I'll do is so this guy right here has 3/4 cover.
Yes.
You said.
Yep.
First, I'll shout to the rest of the group. I'll just yell, "Goblins attacking up here, up top," and then I'll use my longbow and I'll sling an arrow.
All right.
16 plus 3, so that's 19.
Yep, that
19 to
hits.
hit. And then I gotta do
Roll.
damage, which is... This is the sucky thing about having to do it in... That's +1, so this is... Right, this is an 8.
Yeah, D8.
6 plus 1, that's 7.
All right, 7. So as it's trying to hide, it's like pushing all the leaves up and trying to be. It's not very good at this, and you let loose, and you hear this like that typical goblin death noise, and one shot kill. It drops. And
Alright,
it's
so
gone.
they're not super strong then. Good.
All right.
Okay.
How much damage did you do?
7.
7.
So.
And I would yell just really quickly. I'd be like, I fucking hate goblins. I really don't like goblins.
So that when you notice that it was a goblin, that kind of like pit in your stomach, that just like unconscious, like involuntary reaction just like rises up in you, and not that you're necessarily afraid, just that like.
Oh no, it doesn't. It fills me with fucking anger.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move up behind this rock.
All right. Okay, and at that moment, Micaiah, you would have heard. Actually, give me a perception check because you're paying attention to Avadon at the moment, or the direction of Avadon, anyway. And Avadon, you can give me a perception check too.
I rolled a 20.
Okay.
Not a nat 20, just 18 plus 2.
Okay.
Wait, it's fucking me up.
Avadon, you're sideways.
Avadon,
Avadon,
you're
sideways.
sideways.
Why are you sideways, Avadon? Roll some perception, girl.
turn your phone vertically and then back sideways. It should adjust the camera.
Just shake it.
Zan for the win.
Oh, there you go. And we lost Zan.
For some reason, it kicked me off.
Avadon, perception check.
18.
All right. So you both hear, like Avadon, right as you notice that Lennithon said, it sounds like your friends might need you, and she looked up over you, which is not hard because she's like 7 feet tall at this point. And then almost in that moment, you heard Arik's voice go, "Goblins up here!" And so now you know that there are goblins up there. So I'll actually give you both. So what are you doing when you hear that? Micaiah, you can go first.
I am running back towards the camp.
All right. So are you dashing? Full on?
Yes.
All right. And Avadon?
I'm gonna run back toward the camp. I'm good to dash.
Okay.
Back toward the camp.
Dash.
All right. So Lennithon just stands there and watches you run off. Doesn't try to stop you or anything. Okay. Next up is not Micaiah, you're running. It's actually Lita, and Lita can see this one that hit her on the 4, although it does have some protection there. So She is going to throw a javelin in its direction. 15 to hit, and that had armor class of 15, so that hits. And she does 7 points of damage. So she hits the boar rider. Oops. For 7 points of damage. And I'm actually going to roll here to see dex saving throw. Yeah, okay. So the javelin flies through the air and strikes actually the boar right in the hind parts there. The rider kind of shakes a little bit, like the boar kicks a little, and it looks like it's about to get thrown off, but is able to hold on. And she like grabs her arm and like kind of hides a little bit. The horses like are not very happy, but they're tied up at the moment, so she's gonna position herself over here to kind of guard these people. Next up, goblins. All right, so I can hear somebody coughing. I think it's Ben. It was. Okay, so this little guy over here, he's actually gonna let
Happy little guy.
he's going to attack the pole for a 22 to hit, which definitely hits, and that is 7 points of damage against the pole.
Looks like I picked the right person to hide behind.
Yeah, you watch him get hit right in the chest, and he like almost immediately pulls it out and just chucks it on the ground. And this guy is going to try to hide again. Whoops, that's what goblins do. Run over this way, and yeah, disappears. You do hear, oh no, next is my next one. You guys are getting the impression that there are a lot of these, there are a lot of these out there. So this one.
Kick me off.
Huh? Is actually going to run down over here, and is going to take a shot at you, Zan. For 14 to hit.
Miss.
Miss.
Ha.
You see up from above and behind you, like this arrow just kind of flies past your head and sinks into the ground. It's like right at your feet. But by the time you look up, this one has run back and is back behind this tree and gonna try to hide.
How high up are we? Is this little embankment?
Where you're at, that's about a 10 feet up. Alright, Goblin 3 is the red one. Okay, next is this little guy down here. So this one can't really get a good read on people for where it is, so it's gonna run. Right there. And is gonna shoot. Gonna shoot at the pole. 21 to hit. And 8 points of damage against the pole. So he pulls out this one arrow from the first one, chucks it to the ground, and then another one sinks into his chest. Almost a second later.
You should dodge.
You can let him know.
Just stand there. Why are you just standing there? You're huge. Get out of the way.
I don't think you want him to do that.
Well, no, I'm gonna run underneath the horses, like the cart there. So I don't need him.
All right, so it's actually going to. Oh, let me just double check how fast it can move. Yep. So you watch it actually fiddle with something, and you hear a little like. And next up is another one that isn't. You hear like. Hold on. You hear this loud kind of goblin.
Erdnot's frozen on my phone, and he looks creepy as all hell.
All right, so you hear this like goblin speak coming from out in the woods. Just this like, I don't know how goblins speak, but you hear this command almost being shouted from the woods, but you don't see exactly where it's coming from. You can just hear it. Okay, so next up we have Zan. We're at the top of the round.
All right. So the one that I can see out in the open there, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
As a bonus action, and then I'll fire an arrow at it.
Okay.
So that's 10.
10 does not hit. So as you let loose the arrow, it ducks down to like do that whatever it was doing, a little like that you heard, and it flies over the head and it looks up. It's like, huh, but it didn't hit it. Anything else?
I think I'm gonna just move over this way. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Move up, kind of in between the cart and the wall.
Okay. Next up is Erdnot.
Sorry, so that one's just out in the open, right?
Yep.
Wrong thing. That one. Okay. I will Sacred Flame that guy.
Ooh, a flame. Are we gonna see flames?
Oh yeah, we can see the special flame thing, right, Liz?
Are we gonna see special flame?
He has to
I
do
can do it.
He has to do a
No,
dex
it's
save.
radiant damage. It's not a flame. It's a radiant thing. Sorry.
Man.
All right. Sorry. What was it? Sacred
Damn it.
Flame. Oh, dex saving throw for this guy right here. All right. Let me go over to that guy right there. Dex save. That's a 21.
Son of a whore.
Yeah, goblins are dexy. Is it half damage or just misses?
Sorry, go back.
I think it just misses because it's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just misses.
Yep, it just misses.
Okay. Any movement or anything? Well, I'm actually gonna move these guys. Are gonna go hide in this thing here.
I'm gonna stay where I am. And yeah, that's it for now.
All right. Next up is Orvushia. She's actually gonna run forward and engage right here. You see the pole tries to like grab out on her arm, but she just runs right forward. And she is going to. Oops. Well, I'm gonna go to my NPCs. She's going to use her rapier. That's what she had. +5. +14, which I believe does not hit. So she rushes forward, and swings at the goblin, but their AC is 15. So it's just kind of like does a little like and dodges out of the way. Let's see. 5, 10, 15. She's actually going to try to back up, and that's going to give the goblin an opportunity against her that it is going to take. 20 to hit for 6 slashing damage. So as she backs up out of its way, it slashes at her and cuts right across her midsection. And she takes 6 points of damage.
Amateurs.
Yeah. Next up is Vidania. It's the end of Orvushtia's turn.
I hit
Kill him.
guy over here.
You what?
I hit this guy over here. Hello.
Yes, you can. Yep.
Okay.
You ignore everything except for full cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll cast Hunter's Mark.
Right.
Murder.
5.
Yeah, that hit. 25 hits.
Okay.
And it has been her already, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Get him.
Oh, where'd she go?
Huh?
Come back and smite it.
We
Oh, no,
lost
she's
Vidania.
disappeared.
It's just when she was going
Come back and destroy the
gosh.
goblin.
Just it happened.
gonna-
We all know it happened.
I mean,
She's
the
gonna
law
hunter's
says
mark
it.
it,
She destroyed the
ground
goblin,
pound
right?
it. This thing was gonna be a puddle.
It's funny because it like cut all of our heads
Am I
like
back?
in half. You're almost here. There you are.
Oh,
There you
Okay. Hang on. I forget what I counted. 9, 10, 11, 17.
17. All right. Yeah.
exploded it.
Yep. It explodes. No.
It's-
So you
Literally explodes.
It is a
Do
former
I
goblin.
feel any goblin guts on me from hundreds of feet away?
from 100 feet
or-
away. Yeah. So you hit the.
Like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man at the end of Ghostbusters.
I'm pretty sure I can feel the guts.
So you hit the boar actually with your arrow, and it almost like insta-dies. And as it does, it's running past this rock, and you hit it so violently that it just kind of shoves off to the side and smashes the goblin against itself and the rock, and both of them just die like right here.
Yeah.
Spectacularly
Why I'm always
blood mess
nice
over
to
there.
Vidania.
Get that 2 for 1. Nice.
Hold on, I just gotta mark it. It's giving me troubles. Okay, so that one died right
So
there.
cute and sweet, but
Anything else?
No. I'll stay where I am.
All right. Next up is Avadon. You are a little bit closer, but you're not quite there. Ari, you're up.
All right. So this guy is the only one that's visible, right?
At the moment, yeah.
But I know that there's at least 2 other ones in the shrubs, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
You saw arrows going through.
How badly hurt is this guy?
Which
Did it
guy?
hit?
This guy?
This
Or
guy.
the bad guy?
goblin.
He has he is fine, actually.
Not for much longer. All right, I'm gonna blast him with like 3 magic missiles.
Okay.
Eight points of damage.
All right. 8 points. Yep. So it's standing there, and it kind of had just slashed at Orvustia, and as she backed away, and she was like, ah, in her stomach. And then it like goes to lunge at her again, and these 3 force bolts, magic missiles, come and slam into its body, and it lets out that like traditional, and then it
dead?
falls to the ground. Yeah, it's dead. Instant
Okay,
dead.
Dodge this.
Your arrow make it explode, but 3 missiles don't.
No, I didn't. No, it didn't really explode. That was a joke. It just made the boar kill the goblin by smashing it against the rock when it died.
No, I like it better where Vidania is like in Rambo 2 with the exploding arrows. The guy just keeps blowing up.
Me too.
Yeah, she just has those explosive tips.
Explosive tips or tips?
Yeah, I love those.
Both.
Explosive
It's like a
tips.
fembot.
Arrows come out.
Any movement or anything?
What? Oh, I use the rest of my action to run underneath the cart.
Okay. And you see the pole looks back at you and like just gives you a nod, like, very good job.
Yeah, I did your job for you. All right.
You say that?
Good job. Good job soaking up arrows.
Oh boy.
He gives you like a. Actually, he doesn't even respond. He doesn't give you any kind of indication at all.
Yeah, how
and
do
he
you
grabs.
respond to that? There's no response necessary. He's been shot with arrows. I'm sure he is not up for anyone making fun of him.
He grabs. He uses his turn actually to just grab Orvustia and pull her out of like the direction, and pulls her back behind him, and just stays where he's at, and kind of like tells her, "Stay here and don't move." That's just gonna be his turn. All right. Next up is this little guy. Oh, I need to put it on the right layer. So you see this one pop out here, and is going to shoot at the pole. Nope, that's a 9. As he's kind of scolding Orvustia for running out there in the middle of a goblin attack, this arrow goes wide. He doesn't even really pay attention to it. And this one is going to try to hide back in here again. Yep, and is gone. Next is the boar rider who is dead. I'm gonna remove that one.
Squished on the rock.
All right, now we've got this guy up here. Go right here, and he's going to slash at you, Arik. I'm gonna just double check what weapon he's got. Yeah, they're both the same. 19 to hit. How long does the shield last? A minute?
Yeah, I don't.
Hold on.
I think it's a
How
minute,
much
right?
longer does that
Probably
last?
10 rounds.
Minutes.
Huh?
10 minutes.
Oh well.
we'll
Yeah,
be
you're
dead
good. Yeah,
And
you're fine.
We'll be dead
It's
by then.
also a concentration, but since no one's taking a shot at me,
Yeah.
he's still good.
Alright, so this one is going to actually disengage with you.
Well, what I want to do is when he slashes, I'll burn one of my superiority dice as a reaction, and I'll riposte. So when he misses me with a melee attack, use my reaction, expend one superiority die, make a melee attack against it, and then I add the die to the damage attacks roll on a hit.
Is this an attack of opportunity?
Oh, damn it.
Nope, he's
Well,
using
no,
a
it's
maneuver.
Yeah, it's a maneuver. It's when he misses me with a melee attack. It's a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I roll for the... So 13. That's like the third 13 I've rolled in a row. 13 plus...
Plus a D8, right? Oh, no, this is damage,
No, I have to
right?
roll for the attack.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the damage you do, actually.
Yeah. Was... I just clicked.
Is it higher than a 15? Is it more than 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
My longsword's a +6.
Alright, so that hit.
And then I gotta roll the damage, so it's 2d8s, 1 for the first, and then 6, so that's actually 7.
Alright.
Cool. 7
So,
total.
yeah, so that's an instant death. It comes running up, and its hit, like, slashes off and bounces off of that shield. Alright, and then it drops as you slash it. Alright.
And I would say and I would yell to everybody else, the only good goblin is a dead goblin. Let's make these goblins good. I fucking hate goblins.
Alright, it's actually your turn.
Oh, and I would have yelled that, but my daughter's trying to sleep in the next room, so I can't see anything. So could I sheathe my my sword, grab my bow, and just hold my action for anything that pops up?
Sure.
Like the first hint of movement in front or behind, I'm just gonna take a shot at.
Alright, so Micaiah, you actually have arrived, and you are...
Yay!
Bigger, because the first hit of movement.
right there.
Would you just say it? Would you say it or not?
So she arrives, but like she gets shot by you because you said I shoot the first thing that moves.
I said.
Actually, that is a good point.
That is true.
So, all right.
They plot or not. Way to go.
Alric, make a perception check.
God damn it.
Make a perception check.
My perception is.
Your perception better suck.
It's a nat 1. It's a 1.
Oh no. Yeah, so go ahead and let your arrow fly. You see rustling, but
I'm gonna stop with the jokes. I'm gonna mute myself.
It's an 11 plus 3, I believe. So that's 14.
the 14. Micaiah, what's your...
My AC is 15. Thank God, because I would have fucking whooped your fucking ass. Shot me with a crossbow bolt.
I did want to say, so we have our raiding party
longbow.
here from the other channel, the Mark Knight. So we have 6 people.
Yay.
6 whole people watching us. This is the most people we've had.
Hi. Thank you for watching.
And so Micaiah, you come running up like you're gonna, help, and an arrow goes flying like an inch from your face, and you look and you see Arik kind of has a history with attacking his own party at this point.
Could say.
I'm gonna look back at him and I'm gonna give him a wink like this, but then I'm gonna look at him and go, I'm gonna get you. I'll talk to you later. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're up. Now you can use the rest of your movement.
Oh yeah.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
How much movement do I have left?
I'll say, all right. So you ran, dashed. So you have a bonus action basically. No, well, hold on. Yeah, you have a bonus action. That's all you can do. You kind of got to the edge, and you're.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna pick up some pebbles. You know, like I always do. I'll have those ready.
Okay.
Ready to go. Okay, continue on with your game.
All right. That'll teach you to be nosy.
I learned my lesson of being fucking nosy. You know what, Avadon? You can go do whatever sneaky shit you want on the side. I ain't protecting you no more.
All right, so Lita is up, and she doesn't see anybody, and she's a little bit hurt, so, you know, she's gonna stay where she is and hold her. What the hell does Lita even have?
Is she gonna hold her action for something that looks like a goblin?
Yes,
Not just
she's specifically looking out.
All right, I'm
And-
just checking.
Oh, you know what? She lost her. She only had one javelin, so she actually is holding her melee until something gets close, because she doesn't have anything else. She only had the one.
Till it looks like an enemy, though, right? Like not
Well,
just any movement.
Yeah.
Describing what
Yeah.
you want to do in D&D is like making a wish against an evil genie. You have to be so fucking specific. Otherwise,
You
it's
can
gonna get
blame
twisted
your
on you.
friend Erdnot for that, because the DM
It's
wouldn't
the
have
monkey's
noticed
paw.
unless he
Yeah.
said something.
Exactly.
Ari, we lost you.
Ugh.
Your camera, I mean.
Uncle Ari.
Oh, technology. All right, I'm just gonna ignore it because we'll shift back around anyway. I'm Avadon right now.
Oh, I love how you made that face to be Avadon.
There it is.
Yeah, I got kicked off.
That was a pretty good impression, though, actually.
Don't take
Well.
offense to that.
I've known you long enough. Okay, so goblin number 2
You really have.
is still alive.
It's still alive?
Goblin number 2 is still alive.
Oh,
So
shit.
goblin number 2 is gonna
Okay.
pop out from a little hiding spot. And is actually going to use a bonus action. No, that doesn't make sense. It is going to. It's actually going to use this. Here we go. It's going to come right on the other side of this cart here and kneel down, not too far because it's little, and it's going to take a shot at you, Ari, from underneath the cart.
Sneaky.
Yeah. 17 to hit.
Ouch. My AC is a 10.
So
There
you
you
see, like, you're underneath the cart, and then you see this little goblin face come down. It goes like, ha, and then like, and then
Okay.
it's gonna let loose its arrow, a short bow here. Oh no, wait, nope. Hold on. Let me roll one more time because that would be at disadvantage because it's so close. So you might. I wasn't expecting you to be right on the other side. Oh shit, you got lucky. That's an 8, so it let loose, but wasn't expecting you to be only right there.
Oh my god, you got lucky.
Yeah, with an AC of 10. So, and the arrow like flies past and skids off the ground, but it doesn't quite hit you.
Well, that's nice.
And it is going to then use, let's see, going to use its bonus action to try to hide on the cart here.
Oh, little fucker.
What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yeah.
14.
Okay, yep. Disappears.
You fucker.
Yeah.
What is it? It just, I don't understand.
Like he saw it
hide behind a
underneath.
wheel?
It lets loose the arrow, and then it kind of like jumps up, and you don't know where it went.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well.
It's behind.
Huh?
All right,
Nobody seen Stein? Come on, from Stein's. Nobody remembers
I
Steins
know,
when the
I
alien
know.
walked out from behind the bushes.
It's one of our go-to catchphrases. You and Pat at least know that one.
Yeah.
Alright, so this little guy is gonna come out here, and it saw you, Micaiah. Gonna let loose its arrow at you, because you came out from where it was
God
not
damn it.
expecting you to come. But that's a 7 to hit, so it's actually going to.
If you can't even hit Ari, then you can't hit me.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'm basically a beach ball. I'm not even remotely a difficult target. I'm as wide as I am tall,
Alright, it's going
and I'm not fast.
try to hide like behind. These are all trees, by the way, just to be clear. So it's gonna try to hide behind one of those tree trunks. Oh my god, words are gone. Yeah, gone. These guys are. I'm rolling pretty decently for their tactics here.
Oh, so you have to roll to see if you
Everyone
can't
disappeared
see them?
right behind a wagon wheel.
Yeah, I know.
So now this
It's
one
actually
On the flip
here.
side, he's better at hiding than he is shooting arrows. So I guess
I was
I
gonna
can
say it's
take,
actually hiding behind Ari.
So as you guys are
Yeah.
standing there, like
He's like right
It's on
behind
top
me.
of his head.
as you guys are standing there watching all of this go on, you notice suddenly this one right here explodes, and I don't have these stupid. Nope, none of my things are loading, so I can't even use the fire assets because nothing's loading right now. But essentially, you watch the area around this one here explode in a fireball.
Ooh.
That
Wow.
big.
Do we get to see the fire now?
Oh no.
Fireball?
No, because my assets aren't loading.
Your assets.
Yes.
Asset.
And it won't let me move this thing.
Assets.
But basically, like, you watch the goblin's body just explode in this fire, and the pole like shields his eyes, and it explodes, and you watch goblin guts and fire and everything in this radius here.
So can I actually do I see this?
Yes,
Do I know?
everybody sees this happen.
Can I judge what that explosion was from based on my arcane and alchemical knowledge?
Yeah, you can make a. It's not Arcana, so whatever the other one is. What is that? Not medicine.
For alchemy?
Just wisdom, right?
Yeah, I think it would just be wisdom.
Yeah, you can make a wisdom check.
Natural 20, so 22.
Holy shit!
Nice.
Know some shit.
Yeah. So when
Smart
you
one.
when you heard that
That's
little
exactly
like,
the kind of explosion I would expect.
it looks like kind of like a oil bomb type thing. Like he must have had just packed oil and everything
Yeah,
ready for the
he had
thing
something
to
ready
explode.
to throw, and it just eventually went off.
No. You get the impression with your nat 20 that is what happened is intentional. Oh shit! Did I just lose? Oh no! Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Hi, sorry. I don't know what just happened. Oh my god. All right. So you get the impression that that's intentional. Like whether like suicide bomber intentional. Yeah. Yeah. I know, well. Well, he was dead. He was already dead. Yeah, he was already dead, so it just went off after his body was already dead. No, nothing's like close enough. You get the impression like if it was like right next to a cart, there could have been a problem, or right next to the trees. Hold on one second. Looks like my audio just stopped.
With like its hands or something like that.
Yeah, I was going like.
I don't know.
Right before
Okay.
right before some, I think it got a command from like woods or something.
Okay, so I think it set itself off. Like it wasn't. I don't think the other ones just have like are ready to explode as well, right? The one that's above me right now on the cart.
You don't know.
Well, how paranoid am I feeling?
Roll for paranoia.
Because I'm ready to run right now.
I don't know what was in that pipe that you smoked earlier.
What is in that pop? I was wanting to know.
Oh, it relaxes me, helps me relax. All right, I still have.
It is relaxing.
Have I used up my entire action? Because all I did was fire something, right? I don't remember.
No, it's not your turn anymore.
Okay, so I haven't done anything yet this turn, actually, have I?
No, you did.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
That was when you went underneath. That was your turn, and then you got shot at.
Yeah.
We're still on. We're at the bottom of the round.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got this guy here, who, you guys are all kind of far away there. No? Alright, so this guy is going to make himself known. And he is going to... No, he can't see. He's going to try to hide. Just got closer. And of course I'm going to put this one up. Alright, so this one is going to attempt to hide here. Which I don't remember what that is, but... Whoops. Oh no. Is not successful. So if you watch those who can see, which is not very many, I think Vidania actually you could see. Actually, Erdnot and Ari, you'd be able to see this too. Ari, you'd be able to see like the feet of this one walking out and like barking orders in Goblin.
Okay.
Okay. We've got top of the round, Zan.
So from my position, would I be able to see him?
No, he's got this big rock. From where you're standing at the moment, he's got the rock in the way, and then like the horses are in the way.
But I would have had like a general idea from hearing him, possibly.
Yeah, you can hear that there's somebody over there.
So let me see. 15. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna kind of start going towards it. I don't know what just happened. My screen just jumped. I think like I can make it about that far.
Yeah, you can get there.
Would I
You can
be
get
able to see
further.
him? Oh yeah,
5,
that's
10, 5, 15, 20. You could get right here.
would I be able to see him from I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Oh, you're fast.
Zan learns misty step. He's just jumping all over the place.
The bugs of trying to do this on an iPad.
Do you have sharpshooter?
I do not, no.
Okay, so you could see. I'd say he's got 3/4 cover from this angle. Like you can just barely see part of him.
Alright, so my hunter's mark should still be up, so I'll move that to him and I'll attempt to hit him with my bow.
Alright.
It's a 22.
That just hits. He's a 22 armor class with that 3/4 cover.
Has he taken damage already, or
No.
is he at full?
No,
Okay.
he's full.
That's 11.
Alright.
11 piercing.
11 points of piercing. You hear him like yell out and like ah. He gets hit. Anything else?
No, I've used my bonus movement and action.
Okay. And one important note that I neglected to point out while I was playing 15 different people. You can all hear that there are more people being attacked. Like your entire caravan is being attacked up here too. You don't know how many, but there's a group on you, and then there's a group on the cultists, and a group on the others up there. So it's not just you. Like the others aren't ignoring you. There's like you are being attacked by goblins right now. You can hear yelling and all of that. All right, Erdnot, you're up.
Is this guy here, the one that we can see? You said he's giving orders. Does he look like the alpha goblin?
Yeah, so looking at him, this is not a goblin. This is a hobgoblin. Sorry. So he's tall. He's full like human height, if not a little bit taller, wearing armor and whatnot. He's not a goblin.
Does he have any cover from where I am? Like
Yeah.
this, like
Those horses.
he does.
The cart, yeah, I would say he's got. You could see him through the angle that you're at, but 3/4 cover, unless you don't care. Well, 3/4 cover, and there's depending on what you try to do, you got to be careful that you don't hit your horses.
We'll do Sacred Flame, because that he gets the benefit from cover when I do that.
He what?
Sacred Flame, he gets no benefit from cover.
Okay. DC's dex save. It did not work. Hold on. Nope, I'm just gonna roll it here. Oh. That is a 14 dex save. So that misses him. He sees this like radiant light go shooting past and he moves out of the way. Anything else?
No.
Is Erdnot frozen for anyone else?
No, not for me.
He's gone for me. He's black, just straight. Gone.
Love this.
He's just frozen with like this big sheet-eating grin. So I can't help but laugh.
Well, clearly that was
His normal
before
face.
I missed my
His
attack,
normal
so.
face.
I think it was right when you said he benefits from no cover.
Excellent. Yeah. Her face was like this. Yes.
So Orvustia and the pole are going to stay where they're at. They're waiting to see like how many are there. you get the impression that the pole knows how to fight goblins, and that like rushing out into where they're at is not necessarily the best idea if you don't know where they're at. So he is waiting. Next is hot pink.
I feel like we're playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
All right, so this one is going to take a shot at Zan. Pops out.
I like his icon. It's like.
All right. 16 to hit.
That hits.
16 to hit. So, this flaming arrow comes shooting out at you, and it sticks like right like in your gut. And let's see here. You take you get covered in this very sticky, flammable. It's like it hits you and like there's a little explosion, and the sticky, flammable like adhesive is stuck all over you, and you start to burn actually. So you take
Stop, drop, and roll, Zan.
8 points of this doesn't make any sense. You take 8 points of damage as the arrow hits you. And at the start of your next turn, are you coming up next? No, you're not for a little bit. All right, I'm just gonna make a note.
So just 8 points.
8 points for now. Yeah. And then it is going to run off in this direction. 5, 15, 20. And it is going to try to hide. Yeah. Okay, it's gone. Next is, I think. Oh, yeah. Arik.
Would I be able
No,
to...
sorry. Not your turn. I'm sorry. I was... It's this one's turn, and it's dead, and it also explodes.
Which one?
This one right here.
Oh, right in front of you.
Oh,
Right
shit,
in
okay.
front of you. So
Do
that
it.
one explodes, and you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
So that's just a D20 plus
A d20 plus
whatever I have for my saving throw modifier.
Your dex is a +1.
Yep. 7 plus 1 is 8.
Yeah, no, it was a DC of 12. So you take 9 points of fire damage as, again, just this whole area around you. So Micaiah, as you're standing there and you like do your little finger wag and whatever, you watch the area around Arik explode in this like fiery ball here. Whoops. Well, that's a square. Now I can't get rid of it. Boom, there you go. And so you take 9 points of fire damage from the explosion of this goblin there.
Like the idea of me and Makai just being, she was like, "What the fuck?" And I thought you was a fucking goblin. She just blows up in my face.
All right, let's see. Okay. Now it is your turn.
Alright. Could I hit this that captain guy down here with a longbow shot? Can I see since I'm up high? Can I see him over everything else? Since
So
I'm 10 feet
you
elevated?
he would still have cover. I'll say because you're kind of up high, he still has 3/4 cover from how far away you are. So you could definitely try.
I mean, you'd only have to roll a 19 or 20.
That's all.
No, I'll hold my action again for any with a bow shot for any goblin that appears that's closer than that, or like up here where me and Micaiah. Anything that looks like it's an enemy.
Any enemy, sure.
So basically, this
something
goblin
that's
just
not
explodes
her.
next to you and showers you in flames, and you're just kind of like, ah.
It's only 9 points of damage.
You're not even like moving. You're not even moving away. You're just like standing there.
Well,
it just
the fire
washes over you.
It's
like,
not gonna.
Mount
I figure
Vesuvius
it's not
went
gonna-
off, and he's just
Look,
brushing ashes away.
Look, with my 9 intelligence, I figure it's only going to explode once. It's not going to explode twice.
Hey,
Solid
that's
logic.
That's solid.
So, yeah.
That's totally
Solid
fine.
point. Solid point.
Totally fine. The worst is behind
I'll
you.
just
It can only get better from here.
Yeah, it can only
Unless
get
it
better.
turns into a zombie.
Only died twice.
All right, Micaiah. Oh, did you have bonus or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my second wind
Okay.
real quick. It's just I get to regain 1d10 plus 4, so I gotta roll a d10. That's 5, 6, 7, 9, some 9 points. Huh? That actually works out. Works out nice for me. Goblin dead for nothing. Screw you, goblins.
Jesus,
and
Lauren's
then-
wearing a blanket. How are you wearing a blanket? It's so hot.
My house is cold. Always.
Wish my
Sure,
house was
it is.
cold.
All right, Micaiah.
I'm like,
Right? Did I roll? Actually, no. I'm sorry. I rolled a 12. I didn't roll a 10. I'm sorry. I didn't roll the right dice. That's a 3. Sorry. I'll make the correction. Sorry.
No problem. All right, Micaiah. What are you? Now it's your turn.
Now it's my turn. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna dash because I don't see nobody in sight. So I can go 60 feet, right? If I dash.
Yeah.
Would I be able to tell that this guy was over here, or would I not be able to see him?
Not from where you're specifically at up here. If you move, you could probably. But like there's a lot going on between you and him.
So how far would 60 feet be from where I am right now?
Are you're trying to run?
I'm trying to dash.
Which direction are you going?
Like towards the fire.
Okay, so if you're going the shortest distance, you can definitely get about here. Then you'd probably have to make an acrobatics. You're gonna have to jump or climb down. So you could probably get like. I would say that if you're gonna depends on what you're gonna do. So you can get here.
All right. So
and
I'm
then
gonna get to the cliff, and then I'm gonna try to jump down.
Does she have to make a save on that?
It's a check, and I can never remember if it's acrobatics or athletics.
Is there a way for me to help her with that, so she doesn't have to make the check?
No, your turn already happened.
Oh well, that does make a difference because I got +4 athletics and +0 acrobatics.
Oh.
All right, hold on. Hold on, let me just double check jumping. Hold on. I always get these two. I always get these two mixed up.
I just figured if Micaiah, if I could give you a hand, swing you down that way, you don't take any small damage. It would be a repayment for almost hitting you with that arrow.
Yeah, you better repay
So,
me.
I'm trying. Hey, I got no gold, so it's not going to be with gold. So.
We're gonna go with acrobatics. It's acrobatics because it's like, this isn't a strength check, this is like your agility. So acrobatics check.
Damn it. All right. $13.
All right. So I'll say you get to the bottom, but that's as far as you can go. Like with this particular jump, since you're jumping down and you're trying to make sure you land without falling, you can't move any further than that with that roll. Anything else?
Would you say, yeah? So, how is that guy actually 45 away?
This one's dead.
Oh, that one's dead.
Yeah, that's the exploded body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's still about 50 feet away with cover.
With cover. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
You can just barely see him.
All right, now that's all I can do.
All right. All right, going to my goblin here. This guy. Okay. This guy is going to
Magician.
Huh?
I forgot about the magician behind the wheel.
So this one's actually gonna kind of like crawl forward and is gonna slash at you, Ari, with his scimitar.
Okay.
This one seems to be like the most ballsy of the group.
And that's a 20 to hit.
Ouch.
For 5 slashing damage. And it is going to disengage with you so that you don't have an opportunity attack on it. And let's see, it's gonna actually... Oh, I hear a crying baby. Run closer to its boss. I don't know which one it is.
So that took 5?
5, yeah. Is it the baby? Son of a bitch. Okay. Alright. We're getting close to the end here. Sorry, you guys can hear me on his computer now. What? Alright, so this guy's jumping down. Oh, Avadon, did I skip you? No, you hadn't quite arrived yet.
So that guy slashed at me and then disappeared? Oh no, he ran away.
No, he ran away.
Okay.
Because he disengaged so that you couldn't attack him, but... Alright, so you can't quite, but he can't quite see... He knows that you're there. So he is going to... Alright, he's jumping over here. I believe you said you were holding an action to use your crossbow against...
My longbow.
Your longbow, okay. So you get to actually take your shot at this guy as he's about to take his shot at you.
Okay. 16.
16 hits.
Six
6 points. Yeah, so you hit him. I can hear myself on his thing because the door's open. And he lets off his arrow at the same time, and you take 3 points of piercing damage as it slams into you. And it's gonna go ahead and try to hide in the tree again. Your passive is what? Yeah, it disappears here. From your view. I'm trying closing this door. Okay.
Man, these goblins keep disappearing. It makes them hard to deal with. Whew.
Okay, that one's gone.
Well, if you guys take out this guy,
All right, he is actually going to, seeing like that there's, let's see, he's got in here. All right, he's gonna like yell something to the goblins, and then he's going to leave. And he's gonna try to fix.
as far as he gets.
For now, but he's going to use his action to try to scoot behind stuff. Oh no, that's a 5. So that's just, hold on. Yeah, that's as far as he gets. All right, Zan, you're up.
So I will move up a little bit. Oh, I did it again. Move up towards the horses a bit so I could get a better view, and then see that hobgoblin is running away, and fire my bow at him.
All right.
It's 26.
That hits.
Oh shit!
Natural 19. So he has Hunter's Mark,
And
this
he's
is
been
with
hurt. Yep.
Colossal. So 2, 6, 7, 10.
All right. 10 total?
10 total.
Okay. 10 points of damage. You hit him like right between the shoulder blades. But he's still going.
And then just for the rest of my movement, I'm just gonna get a little bit further up onto the side of the horse here.
Right.
That's
Erdnot. Oh, sorry. Erdnot, you're up.
He's not.
Oh, Erdnot is not there.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's delaying.
He's with the baby. Duh. Alright, Vidania. You're up. Vidania.
Adanya.
I
Your
move,
face is just the best. You're like, oh.
I didn't hear it. I move my hunter's mark to boss guy. And
The green one?
Kill him.
oh, can I hit this guy?
Oh, that one down there. Okay, yep, sorry.
And then I'll do the arrow.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just look at what's in your way here. Just to double check. Yeah. Go ahead.
21.
Who's that? 21 hits. 21 hits.
And he's had damage, right?
Yeah.
Get him.
12.
12?
Yeah.
All right, 12 more points of
Colossal
damage.
Slayer
It
there.
slams into this, the back of this hobgoblin who's running off. He's looking pretty hurt, like starting to buckle at the knees a little bit. Anything else?
Stay here.
Okay. Avadon, you finally arrive. And you
Dun,
are...
da, da, da.
She'll touch someone's ass.
Well... You are
Oh,
up
I'm far
there.
away.
No, you're actually like right here. So...
Oh,
Avadon,
Christ.
Avadon comes
Oh,
back and
damn it.
she's like, I leave you guys for 5 minutes, and this is what happens.
5 minutes.
So you come to the scene and you could see like this exploded goblin right here, and you see Arik facing out this way. So what do you do?
I guess I'm just gonna move. Can I dash forward?
You already kind of.
toward Eric.
I'll say that
Oh,
you like
sorry.
ran up here. You can dash like an additional 30 feet or whatever your movement is, but you can't go like 60. Like you used your movement to like get here.
Okay. I will go. Okay. I'll go there.
Okay. Anything else?
No. Eric is not. He's standing. He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
He's
I'm
got
covered
like
in-
bits of
He's just covered in goo.
right.
I'm covered in gore that is not mine.
Okay.
For once, it's okay.
All right, Ari, it's your
Yep.
turn.
I'm going to cast. Yeah, Maximilian's Earthen Grasp
Okay.
on this guy.
Down there. Okay.
Because I can see him. 5 foot square occupied, so basically he has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. What's the
Giant hand comes out and then basically grabs him. It's like this gigantic hand.
Okay.
It's looks like the save is a 14, strength 14 DC.
Nope, that's a 5. So he is
Okay, I'm
restrained.
back. My phone completely died on me
Oh my gosh.
in the middle of that, so now I'm on my iPad.
No.
So I won't be able to see you guys and see the map.
Nope.
Nope.
That was gone.
And there
yeah.
it goes.
Zam!
All right, so
He
he's
takes,
restrained.
He takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and is restrained.
So you hear him like yell out this like "Rah!" as he gets held down. He does not look good.
Yeah. So he's restrained. This
Okay.
point for a minute.
All
So
right.
kill him or question him. Yeah. If you guys want to try to get answers out of him, you could do that too.
Is that a concentration or is it just a thing that stays?
Nope, it's concentration.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got my buddy here. So this one is gonna jump down or jumps out here And it's gonna swing its sword at you, Ari, underneath the cart.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 12 to hit. And it's got a club actually, so it like swings its club at you. And it does 2 points of bludgeoning damage. This is like a homebrew goblin, and the actions are not very clear. Not very clearly written. I think I know what the person who made it was trying to do, but not super clear. So anyway, 2 points of bludgeoning as it smashes into you with this club underneath the cart. And then it's going to try to hide.
Oh, fucker.
Whoops. And it's gone. And then the next one is... Oh, no, next up is Arik. You're muted.
Just while he's doing that, Izzy, I'm gonna need to do theater of the mind for the rest of this because I can't run the map and Discord off my iPad.
Oh, no
So
problem.
if
Can
you
you
could
guys
just
hear me?
describe what's happening. I can hear you now.
Yeah. We lost somebody else, though. Who did we lose?
Yeah,
I think we
Uncle Ari.
lost
Is
Uncle
that
Ari.
Ari?
Oh,
We
okay.
lost
yeah.
Ari.
Everyone's dropping like flies. Everything keeps kicking out. All right. So hearing and then turning and seeing.
All the
What?
cameras are all wacky. We'll wait and see if he comes back.
Sorry.
Here, we'll switch.
So seeing Avadon run up, I would yell to her a warning that there was a goblin, the last one that I saw over here. I'd point to this area, and then I would. I'm actually gonna move in front of her, try to give her some cover, because I know her AC probably isn't super great. And I'm gonna hold my action for if that. What do you call it? The goddamn goblin. If it pops out, I'm gonna put an arrow through it.
Okay.
Sorry,
I'm
I
glad you
stuttered out through my words.
specified to goblin and not any living creature.
Sorry. It's midnight, and my brain isn't wanting to work correctly.
All right. Next is Micaiah.
All right. Can I see this guy right here? This guy.
No, he's got full cover from you, I think. Hold on. Yeah, no, he's small enough, and between the horses, all the people, yeah, he's got full cover from you.
All right, so I can't even tell he's there.
No, you can't see him.
So I can't see anybody. So I'm gonna hold my action for when I see a goblin.
Okay. And your action is?
My action is going to be to throw my returning dagger, my dagger of returning, at a goblin I see move.
Okay. All right. Whoops. Okay. So. All right. This guy here is going to run, and they are just going for you, Ari, because you're underneath there, and they can reach you. And 18 to hit. This one just has a scimitar, so... Oh, he's not there. He's still not there, so... He's still getting hit.
He got hit.
He got hit. Scimitar.
He ran to hide underneath the wagon, and they just hunted him down like a groundhog, and just beating the crap out of him in the wagon.
True.
Well, they're little, and normally that would work for, like, taller things, but they're just crawling underneath and getting at him. So he took 5 points of slashing damage, and this guy is actually going to... Alright, let's see here. He's gonna, hide up here.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah.
And okay, next up is this guy up here. So, from the angle, actually, let me just see if you'd be able to see him. Yeah, you can't really see this guy because he's small. No, you can't see him. So he is actually going to attack Warond from where he's at. For 17 to hit. So he takes aim at the Teamster woman down here and hits her with an arrow.
Nice.
There's a goblin. You can't see him from your angle, so you just see this. You just kind of hear actually this yell as luckily Warond only gets hit for 4 points of damage, but she gets hit with this arrow and she tries to like scuttle and you hear her scream out. And then this one is going to try to like run, I think. Yeah, that's a 20. So you never even see it. You just hear this like loud scream as one of the people down there gets hit, and you actually Lita jumps over and tries to like shield Warond with her body when she sees the arrow come from up top. And this guy is gonna fucking peace out. So he just takes off running, dashing. And so what would that put him? He's like an additional.
Hoping to kill him.
Huh?
I was hoping to kill him.
And he's gone. Okay. We've got Zan up. And so Zan, what you can see...
I have it up on my phone, I just can't move, and it's really tiny.
Oh, no problem.
Because I can't have my charger and headphones plugged into my phone at the same time. But is that Hobgoblin, did he run further than 150 feet? That's the range on my bow.
Yeah.
Without disadvantage.
Let me just check here how far away you are right now. So he's about 130 feet away. So he's still within your range.
So since he's still hunter's marked,
he's still within your
attempt to
range,
shoot.
but you also have a bunch of trees in the way, so I'm going to say he's got 3/4 cover at least. There's, like, you're shooting into and through a bunch of trees.
Okay. Yeah. I think...
Right at the pooper.
Huh? Oh.
What?
Right at the pooper. Don't forget to hit the bum.
So what I'll do.
Thermal exhaust port.
So what I'll do is I'll cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Which doesn't make me have attack of opportunity, but one time before the spell ends, I can give myself advantage on an attack roll. So I'll take the advantage on it.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Well.
That is a natural 20.
Oh, we getting it. About time.
So it really doesn't
and that
matter.
That attack gets an extra D8.
Yeah, he had 1 hit point. He had 1 hit point.
Okay, yeah. I don't even have enough dice out to roll that anyways.
So you just like barely hear this little like if it was a comic book strip, it would just say like "Herc," and then it's gone. All right.
Are there any other goblins visible that I could see?
Nope, none that you can see.
Oh no, I can't move my hunter's mark. I lose hunter's mark when I cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
It's both a concentration.
All right. Not you're up.
What has happened?
Were you here when they started blowing up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, as far as you know, there's still enemies. You just can't see them.
Poop shooted their leader, right?
You wouldn't have seen that, but yes, he did.
What direction was the last attack from? Like someone over, like here got hit by something that we couldn't see, was it?
Yep. So
Okay.
Lita up here, not Lita. So Warand got hit, and you saw Lita like jump over this way and kind of push Warand out of the way as much as she could.
I'm gonna hold my action until I see a goblinoid head appear.
Which way are you
looking? I will.
Which way are you looking?
I'm looking north to me, where the most recent attack within my field of vision
up that
has
way.
happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do when you see it?
I will Eldritch Blast it.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to do for the time being.
Did we lose Ari? Oh wait. Oh, he lost internet. He lost internet entirely. There might be like a thunderstorm up there.
Does anybody within 60 feet of me need to be healed?
I could use healing. I'm not. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't there supposed to be an effect at the start of my turn?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Thanks for reminding me. There's so much going on the screen. You would take 4 points of fire damage because you're technically on fire.
Oh, boy.
Your shirt's on fire. So you already killed the guy, but at the start of your next turn, you could try to put the flames out. Sorry, I should have told you that. That's kind of important. It's kind of important that you're on fire.
For a minute.
Yeah, if you got some healing, I mean, I'm at 20 out of 32. I mean, I'm going to take more damage. Yeah, I'm going to take more damage, but, you know.
What about Uncle Ari? Like, he's been stabbed a couple times, hasn't he?
I don't know exactly how many hit points let me double check if he's been updating his D&D Beyond, because that's the only way I'll know how many hit points he's got left.
I'm just looking to see who needs the most triage.
So I think looks like he could use some help.
Okay. Like, is he almost dead? He can use some help, or?
You don't have time to know. You could either heal him or like.
All right, I'm gonna roll him a 1d6, because I'm pretty sure he's more hurt than Zan, right?
Oh yeah, he's a wizard.
You
he
can't
definitely
really
could
see.
use it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. So he gets 5 points of healing.
All right. I'm gonna mark it on his thing because he's got no internet, so he can't even like update it. I don't think. All right. I'm trying to also like fix our. Oh, that's not gonna work. All right, so we've got Avadon, you're up. Oh no, sorry, Vidania, you're up.
Nobody I can see.
No, you can't really see anybody.
So can I just ready my bow for when I do see that guy?
Sure. Let's see. It would be Ari, but he can't move. I'm gonna say that he probably would move out of the way at this point. Like, why would you just sit there? Oh no, maybe he wouldn't though.
Is the guy that was
I'm gonna
stabbing
text
him still like hiding behind the wheel somehow?
You have no idea.
Or did that guy get killed?
You don't know.
No, I have no idea. I wasn't in the room.
Everybody who's dead that you could see is on the screen.
Okay.
I would think at the very least he would try and hide under the other wagon.
I'm just gonna text him to see if he would move or not take the chance, because you never know if what you're about to do is gonna provoke an attack of opportunity. So just don't want to make him do something that he like wouldn't do under normal circumstances.
I got my internet back. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to do that.
You're dead. You can play as your tiny horse now.
Aww.
Just your tiny horse.
So
He had a
Avadon
backup
has a new tiny
character.
horse.
He's a veteran pro. I'm sure he can come up with a backup character in 2 minutes.
Yeah, he probably has a few. I'm just gonna wait 1 more minute. You guys could think about, you get extra time to think about like what you're gonna do, although I'm telling you, coming up with encounters that is balanced in Horde of the Dragon Queen is not easy. Because I feel like, you know what I'm gonna do next time? I'm just gonna go with like fucking, it says deadly, and then I like put it down on and do the thing, and then it's not deadly. So, or it says like medium, but it's not even medium. It's like a joke. So I'm gonna have to start, I don't know.
Trying to kill us better.
I'm gonna have to start trying to kill you better, because it's kind of like, it's gotta be a balance.
So you're saying get a backup character ready?
No. It's just like, it's not really a challenge if you guys aren't challenged. So
This is a challenge. They keep popping up
You
and going
haven't been-
away. And
you
it's like,
haven't- you haven't even been touched. It's only a challenge in that you're like trying to hit these things and kill them, and they're not easy to like.
Oh, believe me, Ernot wants to run out and do some stabby stab, but he knows better.
I'm kind of getting beaten on. Just saying.
Well,
I got
listen, you don't have to.
exploded, but
Zan's on fire. I mean, he's a flame.
You don't have to make me feel better. I'm just saying, I didn't, build this module, but it seems like the things are just a little bit too, they're just not hard enough. But it's also a challenge because there's like 6 of you, or 7 of you at any given time, so I'm trying not to be too crazy, but, Alright, so he hasn't...
I mean, an easy way to make it more difficult would be to add more enemies, but you've also got us plus the enemies you already have, plus your NPCs as far as like the pole and everybody else. Like, Jesus Christ, how much more could you add? You know?
Yeah, but you guys
Sorry.
also, it's also like 12:30, so I had thought about it, but adding more enemies at this point would just be a bit much.
Oh, no, I meant that. I meant that's why you have to make it more difficult as far
Oh,
as the
yeah.
enemies themselves, because
Right.
you've already got so many things to keep track of that. Just adding more enemies is going to make things actually more difficult for you. So,
All right, so I'm going to make an executive decision here, and you guys can let me know if you think that this is wrong. But I would think that Ari would not just stay here and continue to get slashed. Would anybody do that? Nobody would do that. So he's going to go ahead and take the chance of like running to the different cart. And you know what? In this instance, no, I'm going to say that they wouldn't actually attack because they're trying to do a particular thing. So, alright, I've got these two. Alright, for the sake of expediency here, I'm gonna have... Nope, that did not work out how I wanted it to. Oh shit. Okay. So, while all this is happening and you guys are kind of looking around, all of the stealth rolls that I have been rolling that they've done very well on, suddenly they do horribly on. And you hear this like rustling going on in the in this cart. And this is their turn. So they're actually going to jump down for their turns after rustling in there. Oops. Although now they've got the cover here. Did you just lose them?
Looting the cart, or are they just trying to kill us? Is it?
Well, so they jumped down off of the cart, and you guys heard. You guys were able to hear it, but when they jumped down, I would say, Vidania, you were holding your action, right? And because you can ignore
Her and I were.
Yeah, but because she gets to ignore the cover, you wouldn't get to get them because there's like they're small and there's so much in the way, but she... Alright, I'm gonna say you get to do your was it Eldritch Blast you were holding?
Yeah.
Alright, you can give that a shot, and Vidania, you can go ahead and you guys can take your shots at these ones as they run off.
Fuck me.
But it's a strong 5. A strong 5.
That's very strong 5.
Is that you said 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. This one runs off, and then this one has a 14. Yep, so that hits on the alchemist. This one runs off behind and disappears into the brush here. That's going to be its turn.
Which cart was ours? Was it the covered one or the uncovered one that they just jumped out of?
Yours is this one. This one is Ed Hellery's.
Oh, I got 11.
11? Alright, let me see. Oh, it's got 10 hit points. So as that one jumps down to go like run off, you were waiting and it jumps over, and as it's jumping over the side of the cart, you go whoop, and it hits it like right through the neck, and it just falls and dies. Alright. And then let's see, this last one I'm gonna roll for it, see if anybody sees it. Damn. I don't know what happened all the way up until this point. They were rolling 26s and 23s, and now I've got an 11, a 9, and a 10. So, let's see, where are we at in the rolls here? Actually, Arik, it would be your turn next. I'm skipping it this way. So you see this one. Actually, from this angle, you see this one appears down here.
Did she just leave? It just froze on.
Just left.
It left. I hear my kid. Why is she awake? I don't have to put that one back to bed. All I have to do is threaten to take away the iPad. I can see what the problem is.
Man, I can't hear anybody. It's super.
All right, I'm back.
Super.
Okay, sorry. So this guy, you were holding your longbow action, right?
Yes.
All right, so he jumps down and he's going to, he's gonna attack you when you attack him.
All right, so as hold on, I just rolled. That was an 8.
That was a what?
It was an 18.
Oh
It
yeah.
was an 18 plus. 18 plus.
Yeah, 18 hits. And he missed you, so.
Okay. Plus 1. That's a 9. Nice.
Yeah. All right, so this one drops.
I keep confusing my because it's so these two diamond ones. I keep confusing them, so I thought I just rolled the wrong one. I thought I just rolled the wrong one, and I was like, oh no. Cool.
All right, so.
And I'm not gonna go anywhere near it yet until it blows up.
Okay. So, it looks like everything is gone. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. So hold on, I gotta get us back to like less fighting music.
So one escaped. Right?
Man,
From
the whole time I was like, playing drums over here, bouncing my legs. It's such catchy music.
yeah. So the all right, hold on. Let me try to switch us to back so that we could see our faces now. Yeah. So you could hear like yelling and screaming a little bit up from the top area where the other carts are, but it's sort of starting to like die down. You could hear it sounds as though like again they're not doing too badly up there. And as you're finishing up, just this like it's a quick almost like shock and awe kind of snatch and grab and run type deal. You hear it kind of dying down on the other end there. Let me just faces.
So we're not needed up there or anything like that.
No, so everything just seems to like kind of die down. As you come as you come down, you could see Lita and Warond. They're kind of bleeding a little bit from the arrows that they got hit with. Ed Helry comes out from her tent after a few minutes when things are quieter. The pole runs up, even though he's bleeding and has a couple of He has one arrow that's still in him, but he broke it off, and another one that he had pulled out like right away. So it's got this like, blowout kind of gross wound. He runs.
Can Zan put himself out? Can Zan stop, drop, and roll now that no one else is around?
It's really like sticky. Actually, I'm gonna have you roll because it's sticky, like fiery tar stuff. It's a dex save.
A dex save?
Yeah.
Alright.
Goblin napalm.
Just like that bug spray you gave me that at Sako that one time. That was you made me tar and feather myself.
Yeah, that would be a 6.
Okay, so you do take another hit of damage before you're able to put it out. Let's see. That would be 3 points. 3 more points of fire damage before you're able to like take the time to put out the fire. So nothing life threatening, but you're like,
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a nat 1. Luckily, I'm proficient in dex saves.
So as you guys are able to finally survey the damage, and Ed Helry comes in to look at her stuff, and as I fix everybody's shit so that we can see your faces, okay. You find that I'm going to do a quick roll just to see exactly what happened.
Can I roll Zan some healing?
Go ahead. Do it up.
All right. I was rolling 1d6. Was it?
One of my notes here on who all's in your party. One more roll.
Go with that.
So, Ed Helry kind of
You got 5, Stan.
Thank you.
Ed Helry comes out from the tent and is like surveying the damage and everything, and she finds you see her just kind of like shake her head, and she just looks super disappointed because that was her cart that the goblin was able to grab some stuff from. The other one, so she was transported.
No, we lost Liz.
Oh, bitch. Can you hear me but you can't see me? No.
No, you're loading back up. There you go.
You're back.
Jesus. Now I've lost like half of you.
What are you playing with?
Like,
oh, it's... Sorry, I had my phone set up.
Register.
No, I had my phone set up. It's an adjustable mic stand, and I had the phone set up in this, but when the phone died, I'm on my iPad now, so...
I lost Lauren. Sorry, Avadon, I lost you. Okay, yeah.
To me, she's just frozen like this.
Well, everyone.
Yeah, I had that for a little while.
I'm just gonna get rid of the titles because it's not gonna work out. So, everybody knows who we are at this point. Okay, so Ed Helry is not happy because her some of her shit was stolen. It looks like everybody made it out with their lives. There weren't enough goblins to actually eliminate anyone, but there has been some theft of goods, and some of the some carts have been like turned over. The cultists, they actually fared better than the other group, but they did have some of their stuff stolen, and so this night is definitely when you finally are able to all kind of gather up and chat about what has happened. you all decide to make like a bigger but more consolidated caravan circle for this particular evening. Like the other wagon like takes a good hour to 2 hours to gather everything up and pull everything together. And while the cultist wagons typically just stay away from you all, this particular night you all agree that due to what just happened, you're gonna stay in this clustered circle for the evening. The other group
that this is like a goblin attacks are typical along this route.
There. Are you sorry? I missed the first half of your question.
Would Micaiah know that if it's like a common thing, goblin attacks on this road, or if like this was an uncommon happening here?
Yeah, if you're asking Micaiah about it, goblin attacks happen. Yeah, they're a thing that can happen. Yeah, Discord's like really acting up tonight.
Yeah, everyone keeps blinking out.
Yeah. Avadon, you're sideways.
I know.
I am sorry.
I can hear Erdnot, but I can't see him.
Oh.
I just have
Try
the
shaking
pinwheel.
your phone.
Just shake it.
Shake.
Nope, we lose this time.
Shake.
Oh.
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 All right, so it is
wait.
also it's almost
Kai
1
is
o'clock.
back.
Almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not trying to kill you all, especially all of us with babies here. But yeah, so the cultists fared better. The other wagon, they definitely lost more items. Nuhar's brother Selvek, he got pretty decently hurt, but with your help, you know, they're able to get him stabilized. And on Aldor, he like was totally fine because the moment shit went down, you hear from Losvius as you guys are all gathering stuff together. You hear Losvius and Bade from his the caravan that he's on. They're kind of talking about how he just disappeared. Which, you know, in a goblin attack, what are you gonna do? But at the same time, it was one of those almost like kind of push somebody out of the way, like in the way of the goblins, and then take off kind of thing. And Losvius is like, I don't know if it was intentional or, you know, maybe he just tripped over me because he's a halfling, but I kind of feel like he pushed me in the way on purpose. And Bade is like, you know, let's try to give him some benefit of the doubt, but we'll keep an eye on him. But Aldor came out of that unscathed.
Was there any good loot the goblins, or the big hobgoblin boss? Did he have any fun things on him?
Let's see.
Looting is my favorite thing to do in a game.
Where is my? There it is. When you need to know what happened. Oop. There's always Don John. All right, so yeah, this is what you find. You found, well, I'll just post it in the Discord like loot, but you found about 700 copper, 80 silver, and actually a pretty decent amount of gold. You found like 50 gold between all of the ones that you killed. Azurite, some agate, lapis lazuli, malachite, obsidian, a bunch of gems, just like a scattering of gems in the pockets of each of the goblins. And then you also found, looks like on the hobgoblin, you found on two of its sides, like both sides of it, two of its sides. On both sides of its belt pouch, you found one common healing potion. So 2 total healing potions. The weapons that they had were not special. There's the flaming arrows that they have. So you do find you find the remnants of like little pouches that have oils in it for lighting and sending out these arrows, but there's not really enough for you to use. And total between like the ones that are all firing, you would find about 5 arrows that you could probably take and use. There are weapons, short sword, scimitars actually, but they're the type of stuff that's just like rusted and, you know, not well kept or anything. These are goblins, so they're probably stolen off of others that they killed or something like that.
Find any other ones that were rigged to explode?
No, not in this group. You do hear when you're part of that bigger group that gets together, the others do talk about how they had never seen it before. And Micaiah, this is not something that you would have seen either, but in the past, there were some goblins in their camp area that exploded too.
Oh shit.
Could I try to recover some the arrows that I shot?
Roll an investigation check.
Investigations. It's no, actually it's -1. That's 7.
Yeah, you're not able to find the ones that you do find are already broken or shattered or whatever. So it's a long night. Arik, you would have obviously seen both Micaiah and Avadon coming out of the woods at different times, but they came out of the woods up to the north, so you do know that they weren't there for the first few, 12 seconds or so, 12-15 seconds of that fight while they ran back. And the rest of you would not probably have noticed that. So Arik is really the only one who noticed that these two had been gone and then came back.
We were frolicking in the woods together.
Big poops, big poops.
And that night, as you're all
hands in the woods, pooping.
you're pooping together, holding hands.
Girls do, right? And they go to the bathroom.
Yeah, there we go.
They hold hands under the stalls.
Yeah. That is indeed what we do. Yeah. So as you're all gathered together, and we'll wrap it up, but this is like the first time that this entire group has all come together. You're all like tired, and several of you are beaten. Not necessarily you guys, but Ari actually is pretty slashed up for being a squishy wizard. The pole has some arrows that need removal, and you're all able to kind of just sit around together. Braxton is not happy to be in your presence necessarily, but everyone's coming together and like chatting a little bit as you pack up everything to be in that close area, and then most of you go to sleep. Some, stay up, Lita, and some of other guards, and then whoever you want to stay up for the rest of the night on your team. But this is the closest the whole caravan has been to each other and within like the vicinity of each other since you started. So you do again notice no overt signs that there are cultists among you. You wouldn't know if you guys didn't know, but you get to see these people as people as you're all kind of recovering, and some people are shaking. Even in the cultist group there, you see, like, let me grab a name because there are some people who are not necessarily set up as guards there. So you do see Mia, who you haven't had too much interaction with her, but she's the teamster with Braxton, running his thing. She's the one who's like always going, remember that time and remember when, and you can hear her talking. Braxton seems to ignore her most of the time. He just kind of zones or like she's just not there. But she's really shaky after this whole thing. Herkrock, the female half-orc guard, she seems to be doing just fine. But but Mia does not look happy. So, Avadon, you guys all go to sleep, and you've got your little globe in your hands as you like curl up in your night knapsack.
At least somebody has a globe, shiny globe.
Aww. Aww.
So envy.
I'm envious of your globes.
Although, if you wanted to hide it from everyone, nobody would see you with that. Not at this time. Nobody would be looking for that.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna keep it hidden a little bit, so I'm just gonna snug it.
All right, well, thank you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna ask if since I killed a bunch of goblins and I'd feel self-satisfied, do I get?
You're gonna cut off those heads.
I know.
What? I'm not gonna cut them
Yes.
off.
You're gonna wear the heads as a necklace.
Nope.
Don't put a couple of those heads that go up on stakes.
I was gonna say maybe we'll leave the bodies around in like a formation as a warning or something. But do I get a good night's sleep?
What are you, like a White Walker? Some spiral patterns.
Gotta leave it as a warning to others.
Roll a d10.
Damn it! Just put all my dice away.
Never put them away until the game is over.
Don't ask questions and put away your dice.
That's an 8.
Yep. You
Technically an 80 because I rolled the one with the numbers on it. But...
I see up your nose.
Oh, sorry.
So you still don't have a great night. You still have the dreams, but you wake up feeling like you slept.
Fine.
You don't sleep well, but you sleep.
But I like killing goblins.
Yeah.
You didn't cut off any heads, that's why you didn't sleep well.
It's alright. At least I got some sleep. I'll just rub it in. You know what I mean? All that
You rubbing dead goblins all over your body.
See, that's why I disappear. I disappear into the woods for a while. And I just kind of exfoliate with.
It puts
I'm
the
not ready.
goblin on its skin. It puts the goblin on its skin, or else it gets the nightmares again.
So nobody died on our team because this was not a balanced fight. I could have added like 16 more goblins, or like higher. So I'm learning my lesson here that this module is like it either goes from like way too hard or like just not enough. So I'm gonna keep that in mind for the next thing that happens to you all. So nobody died. We just lost Ari because he lost his internet. But we had our first raid from the Mark Knight, which is another channel that plays on several days a week. I think it's like 6 days or 5 days a week that they're playing games. And
Just in case anybody's like, they tune in and go, what the fuck?
No, there's no judgments. There's no judgments. I can guarantee you, it's been a great community to be watching other people's channels and see what everybody else is doing. But thank you guys so much for watching, guys and gals, and everyone else. We had oh yeah, they do 6 days, 5 days, 6 games.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't even do the 2 games. But I guess I'll blame having the 2 and 4-year-old and a full-time job. So,
Yeah,
and because I'm an overplanner, I try to overplan everything that goes on in this entire thing, so I can only handle one game along with all the rest of that stuff. But thank you for watching us. It was great to have people watch us for the first time ever, probably. We're doing our giveaway where when we get to 50 followers, which I believe opens up like the world for me a little bit when it comes to Twitch, and things that I can add on and all this other stuff that we want to do with the channel. We're gonna do a giveaway with not with them, but I backed the HeroForge.com custom color minis Kickstarter when they did it, and I got a bunch of codes. And so when we hit 50 followers, we are going to give away one of my codes to create your own custom color mini from HeroForge.com. So I ordered mine. I think I said this at the beginning, but I ordered mine. It's in the mail, and I will do like one of those unboxing things. I've never done one of those before, but I will do that when it comes, and show everybody. And the DM of the dark. See, you know that I was going to do that. Of the Mark Knight, says that we're great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
You're great.
Aw,
You're
thank you.
great. You're great, sir or ma'am.
Considering
You're breathtaking.
we've got
Are you
all.
down in Aussie land
Oh yeah, I don't know
Or should-
actually where the.
with the kangaroos?
No, this isn't that group because they're still playing. I think they'll play until 6 o'clock in the morning. That's doing the 24
5
hours.
hours to go.
Yeah, I might pop
Squad
over
goals.
there and see
Squad goals.
just where they're how they're
Oh my
doing.
God.
Because I don't know. I definitely couldn't do it. It's 4 hours is already. I'm losing
It's
brain power.
2:54 p.m. in Australia right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they started 6 a.m. our time. So yeah, they've got
Holy crap.
yeah. But they were doing good last I saw several hours ago. But
And it sounds like it's for a good cause. So
yeah. So they did their anti like not anti-suicide prevention, suicide prevention and mental health, and that was for Australia, but also they added some U.S. Resources in there too. So maybe one day we'll do something like that. Not 24 hours. I can't do 24 hours. Like 12 hours. Kids are in when we can have the grandparents watch the children and we're not stuck with them in the house. We can do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know everybody wants to go to sleep. Thank you to our first raid. We will try to do the same at some point when it's not 1 o'clock in the morning. But and we also had Nat Awesome, who I was chatting with at the other one too, and they also have a channel that there's some map making so far, and I have to watch. I think it was Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. is actually a time that I could watch because my kids will be asleep. So that is my plan for Wednesday. And thank you for watching us too. And yeah, thanks so much. And we'll be back on Tuesday, and then I'll be back on Thursday, and then we'll be back again on Saturday. And I'll have to keep update Uncle Ari on what happened to his character, although
And
he
his
did not die.
decision making.
Right. All right. Well, thanks everybody.
All
Great game.
All right,
Good
y'all.
game.
Thank you so
Good
much.
night.
Good game, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.